Everyone, this is your host Nakaichi of Santaku Media. Welcome to tonight's stream, and this is a special stream as we are going to talk about a game that I've been streaming for, I guess, 2.5 years, 3 years at this point almost, from 0 to 8, and then maybe a few in between, which is Yakuza, or Like a Dragon as it's now known by. And we have a special guest tonight, which is Inugami the Hound, and he also plays the Yakuza games, and we've been wanting to talk about it for so long, considering that we're both playing the latest game, the most recent game in the series, rather, Infinite Wealth, since, the other game is about to come out very soon. But let's give Inugami a round of applause. Yay. And we got a lot of viewers here, so we got Relic Minigaming, and then Scorpumlet, thank you, and we also have Darth Chaos. But let's give Inugami a warm welcome. Welcome.
Hello, hi, welcome everyone. My name is Inugami the Hound. I'm here to dab on the haters, but most importantly, I'm grateful and thankful for our hosts, hosting this amazing podcast and allowing me to be on there.
Hey, thank you for being on. And hold on one sec. Let me I gotta fix audio issue, but so far everything's good because I wasn't sure if the audio is gonna work, because I noticed audio issues before when we did a podcast. So I'm just gonna make some adjustments and then we'll keep going. So just 20 seconds. Okay, now we're good. So, yes, thank you everyone for joining in. We're live on Twitch, YouTube, and Trovo. So, we're gonna be here for a little bit. This is a different kind of stream. Don't do it very often, but definitely the first of many. And since it's still the beginning of the year, I would like to do more like this in the future, other than just Fortnite streams. But tonight we're gonna talk about Yakuza. So, since this is the first time having Inugami on the stream, you did introduce yourself briefly, but I'm gonna ask you to the viewers what your VTuber or PNGtuber is, what games you normally play, like what are your interests, and yeah, what do you want to share with the viewers?
Hello, thank you once again. My name is Inugami. It may seem like a weird name to have, and that seem like it matches, but hey, that's just like my gamer tag, and I've used that for Twitch for a while, and I didn't feel like changing my name. So for a long time, for a good couple of years, I was just just like everyone else, boring human with webcam playing video games, and then I started seeing VTubers, PNGtubers, and like I started looking into, all right, well, I could take my persona, who I've had for many years, and transform them from just from like the art I get into something interactive. So that's about like 2 years ago. I got my first PNGtuber art. That's what you kind of see on the screen. I do have an updated version, but this one's also fine as well. It actually matches with the theme because we're talking about Yakuza and like animating Japanese stuff, and this is based off a Japanese schoolboy outfit. Especially like high school, mixed with a little bit of like delinquent punk feel as well.
Yeah, so although watching on YouTube, you can see his updated design as well for reference. And I didn't know, so just for those curious about VTubing, I'm using the Discord Reactive Images site. It's like a applet application. I don't know, it's a website though, but if you're familiar with OBS, it's a overlay that you put in your stream using the browser overlay. You log into your Discord account, and then whatever voice channel you're in, you go in there, and then your character pops up. So I don't know, I'm still learning more about this app, but it pulled up his original design, and normally it would just pull up the Discord profile picture. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it definitely works.
Yeah, it's very cool. I mean, like I said, you said it's the first time. Like even I didn't know what to do, so I'm kind of glad you're kind of biting the bullet on it because I would not know what to do. But hey, maybe maybe I can also learn and start doing things. Like I said, you mentioned besides introducing myself, my little avatar and everything. Let's see. I've been streaming on Twitch since October 2009. Before that, I did stream for 1 year on Mixer. It was like this thing on from Xbox or from Microsoft. I remember it was just me, a webcam, and me just sitting in my chair, talking, and it wasn't very good because I didn't have any of the fancy streaming equipment or anything that I left Mixer after a year. That's when I got me a job. I was working at Wendy's, so I started buying all the equipment I need, and I'm doing it on as cheap as a budget as I can get, and ever since then, that's what I've been using. So far, so good.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said before that, I was just normal guy, webcam. I remember I had a little light ring and all this stuff. Then once I got my PNGtuber, I started looking into like okay, started to add a lot more sound effects, and then I got the recently I just got the TITS system, Twitch integrated throwing system,
I love that.
and I took like a couple of months to sit down and watch a bunch of videos and like all right, how to settle it up. And once I did, that's been working great. And also around the same time, I started like branching out. Like, okay, so I just me streaming games. I started streaming reaction content. Like, all right, what can I watch on YouTube? So I'm also been reacting mostly like the furry content. Maybe like furry visual novels, furry memes, or just furry news in general, or anime stuff. And I do have a huge interest in like stuff from World War I, World War II, and like firearms, and anything else that might be interesting. A lot economic news. Watch a lot of videos on what's going on in China, what's going on in Europe, or the UK, or America. So very weird, eclectic set of interests, and I and just having this furry avatars is something I like because I'm a huge fan of furry stuff since I was a little kid, and then when I got into high school, I started learning about them because I think YouTube launches like what 2005, 2006.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of little yeah. I'm making an account. I'm watching a bunch of stuff on furries like furry parodies or fursuit parades and things like that, and then I created my own accounts on this one website known as Furfandy. It's probably like the biggest like furry website out there. And then it'll be many years later where I actually sat down. This is like I think like end of college. Cause that's high school. Like high school, community college. I was into like a 4-year degree, and that's when I started getting art, buying art. Started interacting more and more with furries. And because of that, like this just the past year alone, I've been going to a lot meeting furries in the local area. Going to karaoke, going to a con, meeting up at a local place like a Dave & Buster's or a place to get ramen and all that. Like just a couple of days ago, we were at the local Waffle House and we had like it was a furry / car meet. I don't know anything about cars, but it was cool like seeing it. And the week before that, we were at karaoke. And people start recognizing me. Like, oh yeah, because it's been a few months. Because last year I was real busy with my job and also travel. That year I did a lot of traveling. Early February was Oklahoma for a wedding. Then I think March was to Dallas for the Texas Furry Fiesta. Then just before I went to Dubai and Saudi Arabia, I went to a local con transfer. Went to Dubai, went to Saudi Arabia, took care of that stuff. And then September was Michigan. We saw the UT versus Michigan football game. That was a lot of fun. And then a final wedding. My other cousin getting married up in New York. And then during that time, just working my butt off at Express Clothing. I worked for Express before many years ago, and like I was desperate for a job because I left my last job, obviously, when I was out of work for about a year. So yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. And also, although going back to you said you had all those interests in everything like furries and stuff. That's why I came up with the name Sentaku Media, or just the Sentaku part in particular, because it's just so much that I'm interested in. It's just hard to keep up. So instead of I started Sentaku Media with the intention of promoting, or not promoting, but talking about my progress playing MMORPGs in the past. I used to play Ragnarok. Well, I played Ragnarok Online. I didn't really cover that, but it was Final Fantasy 11 and World of Warcraft back in the day. So I kept a blog of my progress, and specifically Final Fantasy 11 too, because it was very, 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 very grindy. And then I just basically went back and like, you know what, this is not even worth it. because it takes a long time to get to like the level cap, and I was like, yeah, no. And I played WoW, chronicled my progress playing to level 70. The level cap at the time of Burning Crusade came out, but I decided to start an anime blog, and then eventually it, snowballed into what it is now. So it's been 18 years since I started it. But yeah, so like all that stuff you mentioned, that's definitely the definition of a Sataku in my eyes. So pretty cool interest, pretty cool, way to keep up with stuff.
Oh yeah, before I go any further, is my voice all fine? Am I too loud? Am I
um
too soft?
let's see, you're fine with me. Let me listen back on the stream just in case. Uh, Yeah, you're fine. So yeah, you're fine. It was like skipping in and out a little bit, but it might be just me. I don't know, or just the stream. But hope everyone else can hear and got me all right. Oh hey,
Yeah,
Relic.
please. Hopefully, everyone in the chat, if you guys can give us some feedback, some response, that'd be real nice.
Oh
Whether it
yeah,
be on YouTube or right, I'm on the Twitch chat, so
yeah, yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah.
doing.
And Relic Gaming in chat also said that he misses playing 11 Red Mage. I was Red Mage too. Like, oh my gosh. So we're twins.
It's weird. As a huge Final Fantasy fan, I never got into the MMOs because I remember when 11 came out. That was a long time ago. Like, I think that was like high school. And I remember I think the only like game I played on my PC was like two or three games. It was like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Counter Strike, or Day of Defeat, and that's like all I played like on my PC back in the day. Because I wasn't much of a PC guy. I was mostly console. I'm still mostly console. Like, and maybe I should like upgrade my PC and actually start playing some PC games. The closest thing that I ever played to an MMO was the grindiness of Warframe. I remember for like good 2 years I didn't have a job, and I that game was pretty much a job to me. I think I spent like 4 or 5 hours every day playing that game. It was pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
I got so addicted to that game. So I
Yeah.
have a lot of fond memories of Warframe.
Hmm. I need to play that as well. I play like bits and pieces of it, but I never really got into it. But also, Relic says it's a stream, in my opinion. Yeah, it's probably the stream. It's like I said, it's whatever, but hopefully won't mess up too badly. But yeah. So yeah, Final Fantasy 11. Okay. So just real quick, I know we're talking about Yakuza tonight, but now that I'm having talk about it, so if you play Final Fantasy 14, if you have your Square Enix account linked to a Final Fantasy 11 account, or if you just make a new account, you can play for half off, 30, I guess 50% off of the subscription for 11 right now. I think it starts now, but I think it's until like mid March, so that's pretty cool. Um,
Okay.
but Final Fantasy 14, I recommend playing if you ever want to play a Final Fantasy MMO, because it's so rewarding and the story's really good. Like at the beginning,
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Final Fantasy 14 because I follow a lot of people who play Final Fantasy 14, and one of the biggest streamers I followed who played Final Fantasy 14 was his name is Patrick Boivin. He used to be part of Super Best Friends Play on YouTube, and he was one of the. It was him and his friend Matt, who they used to be best friends, but not anymore. That's why they broke up.
oh,
I remember they had the ultimate crossover one time. It was Super Best Friends and Rooster Teeth did some episodes together. He's also big friends with Yo Video Games. He's also friends with that. Oh, I can't. I think his name is Brendan. I think Brendan Williams. He used to be a football player, now turned wrestler. Also a big fan of like anime, video games. He's like this
oh,
like really
yeah.
buff black guy.
I remember him.
Like
Okay, yeah, I remember him now.
yeah. And like, they did a bunch of stuff with him as well. So I was so happy, like, oh man, this group I've been following for years is hitting the mainstream popularity, and then a day after they did the Rooster Teeth collab, like I see a video like Super Best Friends breaking up, and like no, I was so devastated. Oh my god! And then a couple of years later, unfortunately, Rooster Teeth and Funhouse and the Creatures and so many other groups I used to follow just all broken up and gone.
uh,
So sad. It's like I feel so old. I
uh,
mean, I was spending so much time watching them.
yeah.
You mentioned Final Fantasy. I think I think I think for a lot of us, I think our Final Fantasy journey started. I think at least me with Final Fantasy 7 on PlayStation. So it was Final Fantasy 7. Oh my god! I remember seeing the commercials for that game. I thought I thought it looked so cool and awesome because I thought the CGI cutscenes was how the game was gonna look all the time. And as I playing it, and we all look like this weird polygon mess of like Popeye arms and stuff. I remember like, this is stupid, but I got so love Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10. Did not like 10 too. I know some people did. And I remember watching, Advent Children, playing 12. I played 2 out of 3 games from the 13 trilogy. I finished the last one. I actually like 13. Then many years later, there was obviously Final Fantasy 15. I watched all the anime, watched the movie, played the game, came back and played most of the DLC for that game, like at least the ones for the characters. Gladios, Prompto, and Ignis, and then Arden. And then I watched my brother play Final Fantasy 16, and those look really good. One Final Fantasy game that is super underrated, I think people should play more, Final Fantasy Type 0.
Oh,
I keep telling people to play that game, but god, it's so good. Very weird. It has the same lore as Final Fantasy 13, so it does with like the seals and all that type of stuff. Final Fantasy 15 was supposed to have that because it was 13-2 or no 13 verses, but they scrapped it to 15.
Yeah. No, my first Final Fantasy game was 10. Well, actually, no, it was 8. It was 8, but
everyone hates 8, but I love 8 so much.
Good. But yeah, like I played that. Actually, never finished it because at that time that's where I adapted my obsession with saving every opportunity, because like how like showing ahead of ourselves, like in Yakuza, you have every opportunity to save. Like I'll use up all 30 slots just to save. So like I mess up, I can go back and point in time, but I didn't really do that. I think I used the same save slot every time.
Yeah, back on the PlayStation, I remember. I think like with the older PlayStations, if you keep your memory card in there over time, and your save data will be corrupted. I remember losing data like that.
Oh dang.
Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, dang.
Dude, I remember playing the heck out of Final Fantasy 10. That was the last Final Fantasy game me, my brother, and my other cousins played with for a long time. We got all the weapons, we fight all the summons and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, 10 is that was my second one. That was like it's my all time. Like if you like Final Fantasy 7, I love 10, and of course Auron is my favorite character. I cosplayed him.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 and 8 is my favorite Final Fantasy games of all time. I used to didn't like 9 when I was young, but I went back and played it again. I'm like, oh crap, I'm such a dumb kid. This thing's awesome.
Yeah.
Fine. And I just bought Final Fantasy 4 and Final Fantasy 6. They were on sale, like $10 each. I'm like, all right, I'll buy that. Everyone talks about how good those are, so I need to play those. And let's see. I never beat 10-2. I beat the original 12 on the PS2. I remember that one was pretty controversial, like at least with the fighting system, because it was like that MMO like fighting combat. And I know a lot of people didn't like the characters. I thought they were okay.
Yeah, I think
I like Balthier. Like there was Vaughn and Penelo. Penelo, she had nothing on the plot at all. Vaughn was okay. I didn't mind him that much. You had Balthier, you had Bosch, you had Fran, and and the Princess Ash. That was her name.
Yeah.
And there were some other interesting things, but like unfortunately, we never got. I don't know if we ever got a sequel or not to Final Fantasy 12. So there was a bunch of stuff they like expanded beyond. And also the Moogles look so different. They look kind of like rabbits.
Like Final Fantasy 12 is based on Tactics, in which they made for the Game Boy Advance, they made Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which was my favorite, like, non-PlayStation Final Fantasy game, and I really wish they
they did make a sequel to Final Fantasy 12. I think it was like a DS game or something, Final Fantasy 12, like Private Wings or something weird like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I never beat this Final Fantasy game, but I liked it a lot. It was like the world of Final Fantasy Maxima.
Oh, I think... Yeah, that sounds familiar. I don't know.
It was like this. It was like a love letter to all Final Fantasy games. Like you had the 2 characters. Like I forgot their names. I remember they had a little
there's little chibi characters. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, chibi characters. I remember the catchphrase was "What the honk? What the honk is that?" And then you meet all the Final Fantasy characters. I remember I met Lightning, and then we got kidnapped. Oh, dude. The only character there's only a few characters in Final Fantasy games I actually hate. The 2 characters I hate was Final Fantasy 9. I hate Quina because she was useless. I didn't like her design, and I hate Snow.
I used to like Snow, but when I played the game, no.
Oh yeah, I did not like Snow in 13. I hate him so much more in 13-2. I'm like thinking to myself, why, Sarah? Why did you go with him? You were so much better with Noel.
Oh yeah.
Johnny Young Bosch. Oh my god, I was like, oh god. Like, for fun, I rewatched the cutscene from this one cutscene from Final Fantasy 13-2, where like Sarah and Noel were talking about changing the future together. I don't know why that just stuck with me. God, I actually like Lightning. I think she's a great character.
Oh yeah.
We don't get to make like female leads in Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, real quick. So Relic says we're not old to what you said earlier about we're getting old, and I was like, I'm so old. Like it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. And also Relic says that Stan and Pomelo were the characters. In case you forgot.
Yeah, it's Vaughn.
fine. Okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah, I still have the. Well, it's not. I don't have it with me, but I know in my closet. I still have the guides for Final Fantasy games. I think 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know about 10, 2, 12, and Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Mm. Yeah. All right, and let's see what else. Yeah, I was talking about, let's see, Final Fantasy. Let's see, Relic says he never finished part 2 of that.
So should we start moving on to talking about Yakuza, or is there any other like side tangents you want to go off of?
We can start.
I get all day, all night. Man.
I got all night too. Like I don't have to work in the morning, so we got all night. So yes, let's start talking about Yakuza. So for those tuning in, I know y'all curious about this game series, and if I know Relic in particular knows me in IRL, so knows me IRL, not in IRL, but you know. So Relic says fan. That's right. It's been a minute. Okay, but yeah. So Yakuza, it's a game series by Sega.
Can I say one quick little thing? I'm gonna go grab me some water. So.
Okay, good. Actually, there's an ad starting soon. Maybe we can take like a quick ad break and then you can come back. I think that's good. So that way the ads will be out of the way, and I'll run a longer ad so that way it can it won't be any interruptions.
Should I go get the water now?
Yes. Yeah, so, yeah, we're gonna run an ad break and then you come back, and then by the time you come back, it'll be done. Okay, so we're gonna run an ad break, y'all, and I'm gonna do a BRB because I think I'm gonna get water too. So it will just be, what did I hit it for? An hour, not an hour, a minute and 30 seconds. So I'll be back. All right, give me 1 minute. Let me think. Let me see what's going on here. There's like some technical issue going on, so let's see if I can resync it.
All right.
Okay, welcome back to the stream. This is Nakaichi. Apparently I have like some technical issues, I think. Or so it seems, but yes. But yeah, thank you for sticking around, and we are going to talk about Yakuza. So, you ready?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Alright, so Yakuza. Great, better than earlier. Very grateful to be here. Yes, thank you for being here. And thank you everyone, the lurkers and those in chat. Thank you so much. So, Yakuza is a game series from Sega, and Sega, you know, for those out of the loop, if they're their youngins, they made game consoles back in the day. So they made the Genesis or Mega Drive, the Dreamcast, the Saturn and Dreamcast in that order, and then the Game Gear. It was the Genesis was actually my first game console. So, but I followed Sega a whole lot back in the day up to the Dreamcast, and there was one game in particular that caught my attention, which was Shenmue. So Shenmue, it was like one of the very first open world games, of its time. Like there were a few like games like that, but it was just technological limitations and all that. But Shenmue, reading about it in electronic, either Tips and Tricks magazine, I think it was Tips and Tricks magazine at the time, and Game Pro. I read about it and I read it religiously because it was just so cool. And you could go to the arcade, play replica copies of Hang On, Space Harrier. It was amazing. And fast forward to 2005, which 20 years ago, there was a game also by Sega that was released for the PS2. So no, at this point, they discontinued the Dreamcast, at least in the US, but they kept it going in Japan for a little bit. But it was a sequel to Shenmue. And after that, that was it. And oh wait, really? Shoot, hold on. Oh yeah, so I think it's a stream issue. Hold on one sec. Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, what about those in the chat? Can they hear me all right? Because apparently there's like a delay. I might have to like stop the stream and start it again. Because I think Relic understood. Let's see. Yeah, I think there's a lag delay. Shoot. I was afraid of that. But I think I have the VOD, so hopefully that saves it. Oh, so you can't hear me. So yeah. Okay, so you can see me. Okay. So yeah, it's a little wonky. Let me refresh. But so yeah, one more check. So you can hear me, right? Yes, yes. Type yes twice if everything is good. Cause yeah, there's a delay. I noticed that when you went for water. And I think it might be issue OBS. It might be OBS issue. Honestly, it needs to be updated. But I think it's also my computer, and I made sure everything was right. But like I said, it's just whatever. Anyway, it's not bad. Mine's usually worse. Okay, all right. So anyway, fast forwarding to 2005. So the first Yakuza game came out for the PS2, and it caught my interest.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yes, it caught my interest. It was like, okay, well, this is a Sega game, and then everything reminds me of Shenmue, but it's not Shenmue because I hadn't played Shenmue 2 at that point because it got released for the Xbox exclusively after the Dreamcast was discontinued. And that honestly made me upset. I was like, yeah, no. So
yeah, sadly, I never played any of the Shenmue. I heard about them. I remember back then, there was this one cable TV show called G4. They used to like talk about video games and Shenmue and any major big game that came out would be like I think for a little bit on the Dreamcast, but then they quickly switched over to like PlayStation, PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. And I remember watching reviews and just see people talk about these games. And I remember they mentioned Yakuza. And I remember it was this weird game. I can't remember if they showed much footage, but one of the things they kept on talking about was they had Mark Hamill, aka the Joker, doing the voice of one of the characters.
Yes, and that's
I think that's what I mostly knew for the most time because I mean Yakuza wasn't really much on my radar, not for a long time, not until I think some people talked about on a podcast. This is one podcast I used to listen to called NoobTube back in the day. They mentioned playing Yakuza 3 and like getting these locker keys and unlocking all that. I met him, the guy talking about all these weird, wacky cutscenes and gameplay like that. But most importantly, it was because of YouTube. I was watching, like I said, Super Best Friends play, and Pat was a big fan of the Yakuza franchise, so he starts playing the Yakuza games, on the channel, and later on Twitch once they broke up, and then around that time, that's when Yakuza 0 became extremely popular.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I was still. I think that's I well in 2005. That's when I had interest. I think I didn't get interested into like 2002 or 2001, but yeah, I didn't really watch a whole lot of media. I think I was still into magazines at the time, though, like there was internet. But yeah, it definitely caught my interest, and but at the time it just didn't like I didn't get it until later. But also then when I did get it, I never played it because there was just so much going on. Because in 2006 I moved, so there was a lot going on. So like yeah, it's just it. I forgot all about it, and then
Yeah, I think like 2005, 2006. I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of disposable income, so if I had to buy a game, it was mostly like games I already knew I was gonna like, or maybe you can rent them from like a Blockbuster or something like that and see if it might be good. And then that's when after like the PS2, that's when you get the 360 era. That's when a lot of Japanese companies were not doing very good. They were farming out a lot of their games to the West. A lot of them were stumbling. The biggest one, embarrassing, is still Square Enix.
yeah,
Sega has recovered.
oh yeah,
Bandai has finally recovered. Capcom has recovered. Atlas has recovered. From Software recovered. I mean, who else it is? Guess Koei Tecmo. Oh my god.
yeah. I think actually speaking of Square Enix, I think it was like one game I think I did pretty well. That wasn't Final Fantasy 14. I think it was today that was reported was Dragon Quest 3 2D HD remake or HD 2D remake.
Oh yeah, man. I remember Final Fantasy 14 almost killed Square Enix, and that was also during a time where everyone wanted to be like Call of Duty, like sell Call of Duty numbers. So every couple of months, you read the article headline: Square Enix disappointed by sales number. What game are we trying to sell? Kane and Lynch, Tomb Raider, Hitman, something that's not Final Fantasy. Of course, it's a game. It's a pretty niche, and you can't think you're gonna sell Call of Duty numbers. Even during the 360 era. And that's also when I started to become less like a console fanboy. Like I mean, I was super into like the PS2 and like Xbox, rivalry, back in the schoolyard, or at the lunch table, the cafeteria. But then during the 360 era, more and more games are hitting all different consoles. But more importantly, you had to sell a whole bunch of copies just to break even. Unless you're Call of Duty or Rock Band, Guitar Hero, you're not gonna break even. There's so many games from that PS2 and early Xbox 360 era that just are dead.
Yeah, mm. but yeah, so many memories were like posted earlier about that era as well.
Dude, one of my favorite games published by Sega is Condemned franchise. I went back through Condemned 1 and 2 recently. Those are still fun.
Oh wow, I forgot about that series. Also, I know we're probably gonna segue into this a little bit, but there was one other game that this company or the studio that would later on be known for the game, the title game, made a game like they made this game like in 2012. So it's called Binary Domain, and I totally forgot about that game, but that's a game that needs to make a comeback. But I think we can come back to that eventually. But just going back a little before that, so there were initially there were two Yakuza games that came out. So we got the first one, 2005, which was called Like a Dragon, in which in Japan it was called Ryu Ga Gotoku. And the second one came out in 2006. Same graphics, same engine at the time for the PS2. Yeah, so Mark Hamill, we mentioned earlier, so he voiced a character who will be very relevant very soon, if you're familiar with Yakuza already. He voiced the character Goro Majima in both games. And Majima in particular, he's the Joker. He's the Joker of the Yakuza games, but not like Joker. I mean, I guess Majima and Joker have similar backgrounds. I think maybe Joker's a little darker. I don't know. What will you say? What do you think about that?
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of similarities between them two, besides the voice and them being gangsters. I mean, if you also remember, the original Joker was a mobster killer, kind of gangster back in the day, in the old Bronze and Silver era. He became, mentally undisturbed with like the Dark Knight Rises and like the Killing Joke and all that. So they started to combine craziness, insanity. You have Harley Quinn stuff and him being a gangster. You can see that very much in the Dark Knight movie that came out.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good casting decision. I know probably well, I think then it wasn't a good casting decision because people are with like dubs, certain dubs.
Yeah, that was like 2005, so that was very early PS2. Uh, Dubbing wasn't all that great, whether for anime or for video games. I remember people make fun of, Final Fantasy X with Titus or Titus, as it's actually put.
Actually, here we go. I got it right here. I got the sound effect right here. I use that a lot whenever something exaggerated happens. So yes, but I know people prefer the original dub of dub actor for Kiryu, which we'll get into that later. But yeah, so like now people like have.
I have a question. I can't remember. Is it true like a Yakuza 2? I think it was with what oh god, what's his name? The main villain, the Dragon Kansai. Ryuji. Wasn't he voiced by like someone from like Mad Men or something like that? Like some famous Hollywood actor? I can't remember.
I don't remember actually. Good question. I have to look that up. It's interesting. So let's see. But yeah, so that was now looking back, I know people are wanting this dub compared to the English dub now, at least for Kiryu. But again, we'll get into that later. But yeah, like after that, like they didn't really talk about Yakuza anymore until 2009.
They didn't really talk about Yakuza or even having an English dub until recently, until like 2020. So it was like a good chunk of time. And most of the other Yakuza games, 3, 4, and 5, were only on the PS3.
Yeah, so yeah, Yakuza 3 came out. Wait, hold on. Actually, I'm looking up that after now. Also, apparently, they actually never made an English dub, but I thought they did. Hold on, unless they're talking about Kiwami. Okay, so yeah, apparently they never did. That's actually interesting. I thought they did. That makes a little sense now, I guess. So yeah, because the wiki article for Yakuza 2 says that for the Western versions of the original Japanese audio was kept in contrast to the previous games containing English audio. Okay, well, But yeah, so going on to that, since going to Yakuza 3, they from then on they never produced an English dub because they were like in that limbo of like
maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I got confused with something else, but I know it's a Yakuza game. I know they had some other people, but probably it's a dumb thing. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. Like maybe it was something in the first one. I know, like unless I don't know. It's maybe there's something to it. Maybe it's in the first one, but again, I never really played through it. But it's fine. But yeah, so I guess from Yakuza 2 on up until 7, there's never been an English dub for Yakuza, because the next game after 6 came out in 2009, which is 3. That was the first PS3 Yakuza game to be released, and even then, I think that was around the time Sega was thinking, like, is this even worth releasing outside of Japan?
And also, Yakuza 3, isn't that when the guy snuck in that the karaoke minigame, right?
Someone snuck in karaoke. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I remember reading some developer stories, like, when they were working on that game, the guy was just bored and he snuck in karaoke. He's like, everyone thought it was dumb, but people, all these years later, people really like the karaoke. I remember Yakuza 3 having okay karaoke songs. There's obviously
right, yeah, because
because
doing
a lot better.
because the dub cast, most of the dub cast, they didn't like doing the karaoke. Was it the dub cast? Yeah. But I guess and they're like, okay, let's do that. But they're like, okay. So is that what you referring to as well?
I was talking about like people on the actual like people in Sega slash on the team
Oh, okay.
who didn't like it all that much because they thought it was really dumb. Like, what is this weird thing? Because that's when obviously when we got to 3, 4, and 5, you see them. You see the karaoke, you see the sub stories, you see the different way of like leveling up Kiryu with different points and all that, and then it becomes a big thing. And I think and once again Yakuza 0 with Judgment and Bakumatai, that's when like
Yeah.
it like really solidifies itself.
Oh
That's when
yeah.
that's when everyone. Oh, and the dancing minigame, in the Taj Mahal. Every time it's Friday, everyone plays. Everyone puts a little uses the clip of Majima and Kiryu dancing. Disco Queen or Friday.
No
No,
Disco Queen, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I think like from then on, like everything they added would definitely to it's a highlight of the game to look forward to. And also the arcade games which that caught my attention
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
one more dumb little thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's like it was a recent thing or I remember someone. I mean, when they were reviewing the Yakuza franchise, I think they put a montage clip of like IGN comparing Yakuza to like Grand Theft Auto over and over and over again. And I think that's another reason why it didn't do so great. Like because everyone thought it was gonna be like a Grand Theft Auto game. Oh, it's everyone thought it was gonna be like Grand Theft Auto. You're gonna run around shooting people, stealing cars, and running over hookers and stuff like that. It wasn't. It wasn't that.
Oh yeah, and I think well not just IGN, but I think it was recently Kotaku wrote something like that and we're like, bro.
Yeah.
but but yeah, so I think it was from three. So Yakuza 3, they used. I think it was the first game that they used whatever engine they introduced at the time. I guess
Yeah,
it's like
the Dragon Engine. I think.
yeah, it was like the earlier concept of the Dragon engine because later on they would use I guess the Unreal Engine and then go back to I guess a improved version of the Dragon engine. But um, if you're playing, so I guess we can go back or go a little bit in the future. So they remade Yakuza 1 and 2 as Kiwami 1 and 2 respectively. So if you're watching this and are curious about playing the games, it's going to be very jarring because of just how much has changed in the past 15
Yeah,
years.
yeah. There's some things you, especially going from like zero, Kwame 1 and 2, and then playing through 3 through 5. 3 through 5 feels pretty bare bones at times,
Yeah.
and then it's like obviously there's certain like quality of life features they added in the other Yakuza games they don't have in this one, but it's whatever. Another thing is, I remember when Kwame 1 came out and Kwame 2, Sega loves to remind people Kwame means extreme.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So yeah. So my experience replaying or playing through the game so far, yes, 3 definitely coming from Kiwami 2 going into 3 definitely jarring, but I think 5 I like 5 for some reason, like even though it's I guess you could tell that it was just the beginning of things to come in future games, and also just story wise, it was just better. But I think in that experience, I think 5 was like the best to come back from that muscle memory from Kiwami 2 going into 6 eventually. But
Oh man, yeah. I mean, uh, actually, I really like Yakuza 3. I thought it was fine. I actually like Yakuza 3. That's with the he's on the Sunshine Orphanage, Black Monday. That's where he
yes,
meets his dad's twin brother.
yeah, or it's all in the plan. The plan, no changes in plan. That whole meme thing going on. Yeah, there's a lot of that to y'all. So if you ever like getting into Yakuza, there's a lot of memes and there's no shortage of them. So if you're in if you're having a bad day, just go on Instagram or TikTok or the Yakuza game
Yeah.
subreddit.
One thing I do love is like thanks to like Instagram and all that, there's been so many good like Yakuza memes, but also very nice cosplayers, and I just love it.
Oh yes.
And then I met a Yakuza cosplayer. Hopefully, I posted it on Instagram. I was at the karaoke bar a few months ago. He's like, I looked at him like, "Hey, are you Kiryu?" He's like, "Yes, I am." And we posed in the Dragon of Dojima style to snap to you quick pics.
Nice.
And I've done. I've sung some karaoke songs from Yakuza. I've done Judgment. One other person did Bakumatai, so I'm like, all right, I need another one. Maybe I should do maybe a Machine Gun Kiss, or there's like Tonight, Hands. There's someone I don't like. Obviously, there's someone I can't do unless I have a girl with me, like Butterfly.
Rouge of Love. Rouge of Love.
Rouge of Love. Oh my god. And then there's that one song. I think it's with Otoma My Life with Haruka. I don't know, something My Life.
And then the remix of Get to the Top. Majima remix of it. Oh my gosh.
24 Hours Cinderella.
Yeah, 24 Hours Cinderella, Get to the Top.
I think
remix. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, the song from Kiwami 2. As it makes you, as long as it makes you happy or something.
Yeah, I remember that one. Bakumatai, Tonight, Hands. There was Machine Gun Kiss, Ichiban's My Dream. It's my dream of something I came. Then let's see. Then 24 Hours Cinderella, Rouge of Love. What's the other one? There's Rouge of Love, and then there's the other one. Heartbreak Mermaid.
Heartbreak Mermaid. Yeah, there's so many.
Sayonara. Sayonara something. Kamocho Lullaby. My favorite one is still one of my favorites. Still what's that? Like a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Like a butterfly.
Like a butterfly. But yeah, so
I think that song is supposed to be like an homage to I forgot exactly their name. I think they did like the openings for like Initial D, Move. I think that was called. Oh, okay. Because they had that very similar. They had a female singer, and then they had a guy coming with a gruff voice.
Actually, I got Bleach vibes when you mentioned that. You mentioned I got Bleach vibes. That one song that Ichiri no Hana. You remember that from I think it was High Mighty Color.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some people, recently, thankfully, some people have done like the entire English opening to the third opening, and then the last part of the song is all in English. You are my only one. There is no other. That song gave off a very creepy, almost stalkerish kind of vibe. If you're thinking it from like almost like Ichigo's point of view to like Orihime or Rukia.
Oh yeah. But yeah, there's so many. So yeah, karaoke, it's like the thing to look forward to when playing the Yakuza games. But also going back to the earlier games. Well, I think it was I don't remember when they started doing it. So like, remember when I was saying I was intrigued by Shenmue, especially like all their arcade games, like real working arcade games like Hang On and Space Harrier. So later they would add these, re-add these games. I think Hang On in particular, but it wasn't until Yakuza 0, which came out in I believe 2016. I think, which is the prequel to the story so far.
It was during the PS4 era,
right?
I think, and that's obviously the Yakuza game where a lot of people played it. A lot of people reacted to it on YouTube. Obviously, thanks to good reviews. I'm not the biggest fan of IGN, GameStop. They gave those a pretty good scores. Talked about it, and it's like, and I was hyped about it. Like, hey, if you want to play like a weird, wacky anime like game, play Yakuza 0, because that game, out of all of them, it feels like playing the anime. Like, that's how I describe Yakuza to a lot of games. It's like you got like the super serious storyline of an anime game, but you had the weird wackiness of like Japan, weird humor, and all the weird stuff from like anime, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Zero. That's where I started, but Zero in particular, a lot of people say that they don't recommend it as people's first Yakuza game, but I'm sure people also have a different. Everyone's different, right? So I'm satisfied having started with Zero, and also my
same here. The first Yakuza game I didn't really play it myself. I watched it, like I said. Super best friends played, and beat Yakuza 4. And I remember in when he was talking about that game, he mentioned the other games. He mentioned like Yakuza 1, Yakuza 2. Mentioned what happened to Kiryu, what happened to Ryu. Um, you know, uh, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. But yeah. So Zero, the first character I gravitated to as soon as he was introduced was Majima. So of course, moving forward, Majima. So there's gonna be kind of a theme with me. So yeah, Majima's my favorite character, and he's the one that Mark Hamill voiced years ago in the first Yakuza game. But what's funny too, just as an aside, he doesn't remember. Mark Hamill doesn't remember voicing him. Like someone asked him on Twitter, like several years ago, I don't remember this game. I don't remember voicing this character. So thought that was funny, but now I'm sure he does, since it's gotten popular to the point of where it's.
I bet you everyone's like pestering, starts badgering him, or maybe tagging him in every Majima thing out there.
Everything Majima everywhere.
Oh yeah. That's when I think Yakuza Kiwami was when he introduced the Majima everywhere. That's where you get the Kiryu-chan.
Kiryu-chan. Kiryu-chan.
I think in the original English dub it was Kazuma-chan.
Yeah, like why? Kazuma-chan, but they got it right this time.
I remember for a while I actually called him Kazuma-chan because I remember that review and they mentioned it a lot. Like, yeah, it's Kazuma Kiryu or Kazuma-chan. Yeah, it's Kazuma-chan. Honestly, now I call him Kiryu or Kiryu-chan.
Yeah.
But like, I remember for a little while I would die. Yeah, I remember him as Kazuma-chan.
Yeah. But yeah. So Zero was my first game, but let's see what else.
And yeah, like Zero's really good. I really do like it. I think with the intro stuff with like Kiryu, kind of getting into the storyline, especially the stuff with like Dojima and oh god, what's it? God dang, what's his name? There's the two
Owano and Kuze.
Owano, Daisuke, right?
I think it's Daisuke, but it's also Kuze. Kuze was the biggest one, I think. Kuze, he's well, I think okay. So also as an aside too, most of the actors or characters are based on actors, actual like Yakuza actors. So yes, Kuze is one of them. And Iwano. And then there's also Shotaro, but anyway, he's the father, the Daigo's father. I forget his name.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah. You had Kazuma, he was also there as well. Let's see, there's
all the OG Tojo clan people. But yeah, so yeah. Don't
forget. Oh my God, Tajibana and that. Oh my God, that piece of crap. I think it was
Oda.
What's his name? Was it Oda?
Oda, yes.
Oh my God, I hate him so much.
See now, okay, this game will mess with your emotions, because I actually did like Oda, but like as we found out some details, I'm not going to get into this for spoilers, and also it's a sensitive subject, but I'm like, yeah, no. Actually, speaking of emotions, so fun fact, I actually didn't like Kiryu playing Zero, but by the time I got to Kiwami 2, I actually got into protective mode. I'm like, we're gonna protect him, like we keep him. We keep him. Like Oda can go to heck, but
I love Kiryu from like the start. I love Kiryu and Majima. I also like Nishiki. He's great. He's a great buddy, pal, like ride or die, man. Then God. Then Tachibana, he was pretty decent as well. Oda was also he was there. Then you had the assassin Lee, and you had a bunch of people.
And the guy that looks like Seijima later. I don't know what that was about. Like that was like he was like a perfect clone of Seijima. That one dude. But But yeah, I really okay. So if we want to talk about like story now, switch gears to the story. So yeah, going back to Zero. I know Zero's going to be the biggest one since that was like the prequel. I really like Majima. I'm biased. I like Majima's part of the story, especially the relationship. I guess you wouldn't call it that with Makoto. So Makoto is this girl that uh she was blind due to some unfortunate circumstances, and
Oh, yes, I remember. And I think everyone thought that big dude was Makoto, right? The guy from the
yes,
massage parlor.
yes, the not Sajima dude, but yeah, him. He
Yeah, I remember. This game did a really good job of like kind of hooking you in with the mysteries. With whether it
yes,
be Makoto or what? How's he? What is Majima gonna do? Is he going to
yeah, he was told to, he was told to kill this Makoto dude so that way he can get back, to where Majima was before all that stuff happened a few years ago. But he found out that Makoto was a girl, the blind girl, and he was like, "Yeah, you didn't tell me about this. I'm not doing it," because he didn't want to kill a girl over it. So he was like, "You gotta find something else." But yeah, that whole thing, like he, basically said, "I'm gonna save you. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna save you because you're not in this position to be in danger." And then it turned out that the guy used her name to protect her. So yeah, it
dude?
was a lot.
You actually introduced one of the best characters in it. You never get to fight this guy, but it was friggin' Majima's handler. I think it was
Sagawa.
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 Yes.
Oh my god, he's like he's a piece of work, but I always like
Yeah.
I kind of like the guy at the end, and he's the only one you didn't fight of all the bad guys. He's the only one you don't fight. You fight you fight you fight Ueno, Subasawa, Kuze.
Super Sour. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Super Sour. I remember him now. Yeah.
Subasawa. Yeah. Oh, he's so cool. Obviously, you don't fight, Dojima. Obviously, he's the patriarch. You're not going to touch him. But I'm trying to remember. Do you fight what's his face? The bald one? No, wait, no. You fight the bald guy, the leader of the Omi Alliance in Kiwami One. I'm trying to remember. I think he lost. Yeah, on a boat.
Don't remember the.
Shimano. That's his name.
Oh, Shimano.
Yeah,
Shimano. Yes.
Shimano. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah. So the
Bully.
Majima's boss,
Bully.
old boss. Yes, Majima's old boss. Cause Majima's known as the Mad Dog of Shimano. So yeah, that dude. I forgot about him. But yeah, he going back to Zero. Yeah. So yeah, like it was a lot of, I guess, stuff that. Well, it doesn't make sense now, but hopefully we'll find out some more soon. Which, again, I'm a huge story buff, and we were talking before the stream that I usually play more of the story before I get to the side content. But going into a certain game very soon, I hope we find out more about Majima. But
yeah, Majima, you don't know much about him until you learn some stuff in Zero, of course, and then there's his plotline kind of mixed together with Saitama in 4, and then there's that weird one in 5. I don't want to spoil too much because we haven't got there yet, and then I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Until the pirate game. You know what? I like I said, this game was really, really good about a good length too. Like obviously you switch between Kiryu and Majima, and but it felt natural. Like you played enough, but you still do stuff. And like this one, they started introducing all the weird, wacky storylines and mini games. Obviously, I think the one most people remember, I think this one got probably shown off quite a bit because it's quite early. It's the one where you meet the weird dominatrix. That one, I remember they showed that one off a lot.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously with I think with Majima, he meets that kung fu master and he learns thug style, breaker
Komaki.
style, and all that type of stuff. You know, Kiryu had to fight like has to learn brawler style and like animal style from that girl, from that woman, from like the pier, I think.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's been a while, and I felt like there was a lot of side content, but it didn't feel too overwhelming unless you try to like put a shit ton of money into your skills, which takes a long time. That's when you meet Mr. Shakedown.
yeah.
Everyone loves Mr. Shakedown, man.
Oh yeah, like I was under leveled at the time, so like part of me like wanted to challenge him, but I was like, yeah, no. After I got beat down the first time, I lost some money. It's like, no, I'm not gonna.
Oh god, losing so much money against him sucks. But at the same time, it was kind of fun to fight him, especially if you're kind of under level and you get like you get that zone of like blocking and dodging and like counting all this stuff and like, yeah, I beat him, and then I beat him again and again and again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was fun times, but yeah, Zero. Definitely, well, I guess it's up to if anyone's here in chat is interested in playing the games. It's a good recommendation. Wouldn't you agree to play first, or you could go back to where it started with Kiwami? Because I know there was someone I talked to recently about Zero in particular. They wish they had played it later because they would have a better opinion of the characters. But I'm very satisfied.
That one, it is a bit tricky because if you play like the newer games and you go back and especially Majima feels very weird because he's very straight faced until like the very last second.
Yeah,
where he kind of becomes Majima. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean Kiryu was pretty much how he is. He's Mr. No Nonsense, all about the honor, protecting things, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Still a virgin.
Oh gosh. So yeah, moving on to the later game. So we talked a little bit about 3, 4 and 5 in particular. So 4 was the first one to introduce multiple characters. So we had Kiryu, we also had Sejima, which give us a little bit of glimpse of Majima's past life, and also we had 2 other characters. We have Akiyama and Tanimura. One of them we would never see again.
Yeah, I actually like Tanimura. Akiyama's great. I'm the only one who's not the biggest fan of Saejima. Like I like him, but at the same time, like I'd rather play as Majima or someone else. I mean, he's all right. Yeah. I mean, I remember when I got to his part in 5, I was just like, let me just get through this as fast as possible. I'm like, because unfortunately at that time I played like 44 and 5 like back to back, so it's like almost playing like the same game over and over again, and he sadly kind of blend a little bit into my head, especially with like switching so many characters and different plots, juggling around.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Sejima wasn't mad either. I think I did like him more in 5, especially like some of the sub stories. Like, oh my god, like the sub stories. There's a couple of sub stories that he plays him.
I think the only sub story I can remember with Saejima was I think when they had to deliver some food and it was all icy and people were slipping, sliding.
Yes,
yeah, that's the only one I can remember.
Yes, that one. That's my favorite one. But no, actually, I made a highlight of this one. It's actually here on the YouTube channel. If anyone on YouTube is watching, it's the Santa Hunter one. That is my favorite, and I really like my reaction of that one. Like, I wanted to make a highlight of that. So, anyone after the stream, you can go to the channel and watch it. I highly recommend checking that out just to get a glimpse of just what the heck we're talking about. Because but also the sub stories too. Just going back, actually going back on the sub stories a little bit. I think that's also the, I guess if this is the right word for it, the hallmark of the Yakuza series, guys. There's just these sub stories that this is a serious game, a really serious game, so that you might cry or get angry at some parts. But there's these sub stories. I guess it's even the same game. So a sub story like the one I just mentioned is like, is this really happening right now? Like, you have that sub story, and if you go back to Kiwami 2, there's this one sub story. I think it's like one of the top sub stories in the franchise when you think about it. If you really into it, it's the one where Kiryu runs into one of the family bosses, and come to find out he has an interesting quirk about him. The
Is,
Be
is
My
it, the- is
Baby.
it Oh yeah, the baby one. Yeah, yeah. I remember that one. Another one. I think it was. I don't know if it was in. I can't remember which Yakuza game. Was it 0 or was it 4? Oh god, it was the face-off reference one where this guy, took his face off and put someone else's face off, and he's like watching his wife and kids, and he can't meet them. And then I remember that
Ooh.
one. That was a weird. That was a really weird one.
I don't remember that one unless I didn't get to that
The
one.
reason I know that because I remember Matt from Super Best Friends was super obsessed with that freaking movie, and he kept on talking about it all the time. And then when that sub story popped off, he was just giddy for it. Let's see. And then I know another one that I didn't play it myself, but I remember you had the one with the old man, the Doc Brown guy, makes you do like a
Oh
fighting
yes,
simulator.
yeah, that
I think it was
one.
in 4 and 5.
I think it's
I
almost
remember
in
doing
all
some
of
of
them.
that.
I think it's from 4, 5, and I guess 6 for the most part. But yeah, I remember that. But I guess also one sub story too, going back to Sarah a little bit. So that one sub story where Majima joins a cult to save a girl. That's also my favorite.
Oh, sure, yeah, the Sure Poopy one, yeah.
Sure fit P.
Sure,
Sure fit P. But also one of the options too. Like
that,
I had to find out later that if they quiz you on what like you do to greet, I guess, another member of this cult. You do like I think it was like Shamancho or whatever, but it's like do the hustle and Majima does
oh
the
yeah, yeah,
hustle.
yeah. Oh yes, yes. He does the humping thing just like Mr. Erection.
Yes,
I remember that got clipped a lot. Mr. Libido
Mr. Levito.
slash Mr. Erection. Oh my god! Every time he would pop up in the background, I think it was like Majima's one of Majima's quest line where he's in the club. Like, what the heck is this old man doing? He's like, yo man, I'll be cranking it 20 times a day. He
Okay.
goes to the freaking the adult store and like look at those videos. And speaking of the videos, that's the infamous video with the grudge slash Junon grudge
Oh
woman from the
yeah,
video.
that one.
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Relic Gaming. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you later. He has to go work in the morning. Have a good night. Thank you so much for dropping by. But yeah. So all the sub stories. That's like the biggest thing to look forward to, and it's going to get better in Pirate Yakuza. But anyway, what were you about to say? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like those sub stories are great. They're awesome. There's so many of them. Sometimes I got lost in a lot of them, man. Like that's why my playtime for those games are just so much. And then at the same time, they can be somewhat of like a double-edged sword. Like I'm playing, like a dragon, Infinite Wealth, and I'm seeing all the sub stories, popping up
Yeah.
on my map. Like, oh, I gotta play all these, but I gotta play the main quest too. And I
Right.
remember I remember playing through a lot of the sub stories in the original, like Yakuza Like a Dragon. A lot of them were pretty good and funny. I feel like maybe it's because it's with Ichiban and he has the weird RPG
Yeah.
point of view. Obviously, I feel like his are much more comedic and much more funny
Oh yeah, yeah.
compared to like Majima and Kiryu had some funny stuff, but it was mostly pretty serious, straight lace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I still, oh my god, I am so happy I played through Yakuza 6 because I got to play the Onimichi
Yes.
one.
Oh, so actually, I am working on a highlight of that too. Actually, it's done. I just have to actually put the final finishing touches on it. But yes, that is like the go-to sub story if you play Yakuza because you have to. For those that watching, and actually, just as an aside too, I actually met a Onomichio cosplayer at DragonCon last year in the parade. He was in the parade. Actually, we're in a Yakuza cosplay Discord, and so he said, oh, "Hey, I want to be there." And so during the parade, this is like Atlanta weather, right? So late summer, like late August, early September weather in Atlanta. Bring like a jug of water because it's ridiculous. And this past year in particular, it was very hot. he almost passed out wearing that outfit. So like we had to
Oh
stand
no,
around.
that's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, did he say the line?
Yes, I
With
got him to
my
say the
charming
line.
Hakatsu face, my steaming Onimichi ramen hat, my cute fish pouch, and cool boots, and parentheses, vital for any fisherman, and my bold and trendy Ono shirt. That's right, I'm the poet of Onomichi, Onomichio. Nice to meet you.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
I,
Now he didn't
I
say
remember.
he didn't say that much, but I got him to say, "Oh no!" I got him to say that.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Ah man, I
But yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I got
he's
pictures.
like one of my favorite things, and like oh my god,
Yeah,
I know there's an achievement with Onomichi. It's a weird, complicated, quest to get a picture, get a photo with Onomichi.
yeah.
It's weird. Man, I want to go back to all the Yakuza games now.
Yes, I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to finish Infinite Wealth. But going back to 4 and 5, so yes, Tanimura is a character. I guess they. I don't know. It's him and another character I'm going to get into here in a minute. So Tanimura, he was a character that we would never see again, and I think there was some
Well, yeah,
controversy.
he he got thrown into the black hole of never coming back. But also that one girl from Yakuza 2 who kissed Kiryu, she never came back either. Like, what
Oh,
happened to her?
oh,
Like,
so not to. Well, you're since you're on Infinite Wealth, she does come back eventually, but I'm not gonna spoil it too much for you when you
okay,
get there.
wow, I'm surprised they actually remembered her.
I
Oh,
know, right? But
because obviously you have Kiryu and Majima, and then you have uh, you know, uh, Nishiki, obviously Ryu Gojo. Who else is there?
oh, so the other
Honestly,
character that never came back, and I feel like he should come back at this point. Shinada, Tatsu Shinada, because he was the ex baseball player in 5.
oh yeah, Shinoda, yes. The guy who films Milky Chan, right?
Yes, yes, because he got kicked out of the Japanese major leagues because of something that is actually part of the story. I'm not gonna get into it, but because he got kicked out of the major
Yeah,
leagues, he
yeah, the
started.
Wyverns and Giants, right?
Yeah. But yeah, he took up the life of, I guess, writing about the nightlife and also getting to like all the naughty stuff and stuff like that. So that was his fallback of that whole game, and then all that stuff happened where he ended up you know well, I'm just gonna leave it at that because for those watching, I don't want to
Yeah,
spoil it, but
yeah, man. Speaking of like Yakuza, like all the Yakuza games, they they do a lot. They touch on a lot of dark stuff, especially when it comes to like the nightlife, red light district, especially when it
yeah,
comes with like uh young girls, young women, whatever, and even foreign young girls. If you remember with Touch Mine, he meets that one chick who's like I think a cop like from like the Philippines, and they had to help her hunt this guy down that did a bunch of terrible stuff.
yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah. But also, there was also that one sub story in Suro where, well, I'm guessing that's also the thing. I think it had a happy ending though. Right, yeah, it had a happy ending, but there was a girl that she had a hard time pronouncing B or P in Japanese. So Kiryu thought that she was saying pizza, but it was actually Visa. That one. I don't know if you remember that one from Suro.
No, I don't think so. Like I said, it's been a while. Oh man.
But I think come to find out that she was, brought to Japan against her will, and then I think the person that held her, Kiryu, you know, dealt with it, and he was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, you can go." So I'm guessing that's something that happens. I guess kind of often. I guess especially back, in the era that Cyril said in, which was 1988. So I
Yeah,
guess that's
yeah.
something too.
That was before the crash, which
Yeah.
I think I obviously I wouldn't like to put the blame on Majima because if you remember that one sub story where he talks to that politician about like
Ah,
the syntax
the
and all that,
Texas,
and
yes, that one. Yeah, like oh shoot, did I do that?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh man.
well.
Let's
Price is straight
see.
fell for that. Oh, thanks a lot, Majima. Thanks, Majima. But anyway,
Yeah, I mean, like, playing through all the Yakuza games, you see a lot of different things, and like one of the things you notice a lot in the Yakuza games is a lot of, stereotypes, and sometimes like usually a lot of negative stereotypes, like especially like when it came with the Jingwu Mafia or the Lotus Chinese, triads.
Ojing
They,
One Mafia, yeah.
yeah, Jingwang Mafia. They make them look pretty bad at times, and I'm like, Japan, what are you
Also,
guys doing? But at the same time, it is a game, and like I also have to remember, like they're kind of playing up stuff like dramatics and storyline and this and that. Like not everything is gonna be 1-to-1, you know.
yeah, yeah. I think for the most part, I think it's mostly positive. Also, and always notice as a person of color myself as well. See, like Buster Gary Buster Holmes. I guess he's like the token black
Oh no,
employee there.
I mean, kind of.
And
I mean, I remember. Yeah, him, but they also have the black guy in the one of the Papo stores in Southern Bori.
oh yeah, I remember that. Also, don't forget
Yeah,
Mac. Actually, I really like Mac, and I wish they bought him back. I know that right. But
Was Mac the black guy that looks like God wasn't I was about to say Mike Epps or Eddie Murphy.
I
Was
would
he the
say
one who
Eddie Murphy, I think. But yeah, he's a photographer.
he's was he the one who's like, hey, he's the one who you do the get the inspiration, right? You whip out your phone.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, I wish they brought
Oh
him
yeah.
back, and I'm surprised unless I haven't gotten there yet. They haven't mentioned anything yet. Maybe they mentioned him in Infinite Wealth, but I don't know. But it would have been perfect to bring him back since he's from the States and maybe like hanging out in Hawaii. But I don't know. Who knows? But but yeah, going back to I guess five. So yeah, five has been my favorite so far. Actually, I do have like a ranking of games. I think I won't finish Infinite Wealth first before I make a final decision. But yeah, five has been my favorite so far. My playthrough. It's long, probably not as long as Infinite Wealth. I think Infinite Wealth is longer so far, but um, it's
Yeah, I think my favorite. It's really hard. It kind of depends on what I was where I'm at. Like there are times where I really like zero, but like Kiwami 1 and 2 kind of comes together. I don't really hate 3 as much as everyone. I like 4, but there are times I did not like 5. Maybe I mean like I said, when I was just getting so Yakuza out, I was like, ugh. But then like a Dragon's really good. Oh, 6 and Gaiden, my God. I think those are the only Yakuza games that really made me like tear up and cry was 6 and Gaiden.
oh yeah, but well, five in particular, there was a lot of moments there. Like when you say you were getting Yakuza out, okay, so I think the mini game or when you play as Haruka, I think that I was kind of like, okay, I don't want to like I want to get back into kicking butt. Like it was nice at some
Yeah,
point, but it was very mixed feelings on
I
that
think
one.
I think it was just everything. Like, cause like at that time I played so much Yakuza, and like I what it'd be like. Okay, I gotta like learn a new mini game. I gotta like do karaoke again, unlock all the lockers, and or spend all this money or whatever to upgrade your weapons or armor and this and that and like whatever. And like I remember Saitama had that hunting mini
Oh
game.
gosh, yeah.
Kiryu had the taxi cab and ramen. I did the ramen one time and I did so bad. Like I disgraced myself. I'm like I'm not gonna make ramen ever again. Uh,
But yeah, like, but I think I'm trying to say what else part. Well, I guess like out of all of that, like I actually like Akiyama's like playing through Akiyama's part in five, especially that one sub story. Like the sub story says that one sub story he has where he takes care of that idol for a day. He's a manager, and I think she was supposed to be Kari Pamu. I think if I got it right, because she was that weird J-pop artist around that era. I think she's kind of like semi-retired now, but
I
that was
probably
my
had to
favorite.
remember. I remember with Akiyama. I remember doing a lot because his stuff was tied with Haruka because he had a defender and everything from the evil people
Yeah.
that was coming after her. And then was Well, I think was that the game? Was it? I think it was that one, or was it four? Can't remember which one. Where you had the group of vigilantes that would give you like rewards. Oh, you helped us, beat up all these people. The evil gang. Here's a reward. I forgot. Like I said, that a lot of it's blurring into my brain.
That sounds like 6, I think. Unless there was something like that.
Nah, six was where you created your own gang. The Kiryu clan versus the four wrestlers. You had the
Oh well, I mean, I know 6 had that feature. I think it was called Troubler, the Troubler app. Yeah.
Oh no! This was like I remember. I think I don't know if it was with like Akiyama or someone like that. I remember it was in Kamurocho. It wasn't in Okinawa or Sotenbori or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember the guy had like a red bandana around his head.
Oh, I think okay. I'm trying to remember now, but I don't know if it was that game. May have been. I don't know. Like yeah, it's starting to blur together.
Oh, dude, I remember at the end of 6 when like I said when I beat all four of them, the four horsemen, I had all of them on my team. You had that one guy that was like I think like I remember one guy was like half like felt like he was like half Japanese, half Mexican, like because all his stuff was like all like Mexican based. A lot of his moves, and then you had the main leader, and then who would throw all the money out? The Rainmaker.
Oh yeah. But yeah. So 5. That's my favorite one. I know there's like so much I can talk about 5, but
Yeah, I mean, I like 5. 5 was all right, but I think, like I said, like also like Yakuza out. I mean, I guess I came with a lot more negative than I want to. Like, I like Kiryu's storyline. I think Majima, not Majima, freaking Saitama getting out of jail again, like, whatever. Oh, but I'm not gonna lie, he had maybe one of the most disgusting moments I ever seen. It's the prison part where he met that one freak with the messed up eye.
Oh yeah.
That part, I think I almost threw up at that part. And at the same time, I remember that because I got a message in my chat like, "Hey, someone spam me a bunch of nasty, horrible things in your chat." And I thought it had been so many people because I had so many weird bots coming after me.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was like some explicit like. I don't know if you know what meat spin is.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah, it was that. I was like, yeah, I was streaming it, and then a bunch of people raided me for a good 30 minutes to an hour, and then all of a sudden I see in my chat like, wait, what? And you just hear me start panicking. I start banning people like, wait up, guys. And so those two things will link forever in my head.
Wow.
My Discord server getting attacked, and Saitama getting that wound messed up with. I'm thinking about that makes one.
No. Ow.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
You're fine. That was just a funny sound effect. That was such funny, but I hope you're okay.
Oh yeah, I'm all right. I'm chugging down some water. Remember to breathe. Yeah. Then you had with that Shinoda, which he was okay. I mean, his plot took a while. It only got good like obviously near the end. Obviously with he meets up with that one dude, and then he meets up with his former teammate, and then he does that one little thing at the concert. So I don't want to spoil too much. I'm trying to keep it vague as well. But if you know, you know.
Yeah. I get it. But I'm gonna say what else? What else is there?
But can we talk about I know we mentioned bits and pieces here, but if we want to talk about Yakuza Kiwami 2, Yakuza 3, or Yakuza 4.
I guess we could go back to Kiwami 2 for a bit. So I guess out of the modern Yakuza games, that one's I guess a favorite bottom. I guess second to 5. Because that one also introduced Daigo. I don't know. Daigo's okay. So if you are familiar with K-pop, I guess I tell y'all I love Majima all the way, but I think Daigo, in my opinion, he's what we will call in K-pop fandom a bias wrecker.
I remember young Daigo was pretty cool, and I remember and that's and obviously I do like Daigo. He's pretty good. He's pretty decent leader. But man, but every time something bad happens, Kiryu has to get dragged in back by Daigo or someone else. If it's not Daigo, I mean, in Kiwami 1, it was Sarah and oh my god, I can't remember the name of that other guy. He was the He's the Tojo leader who's like Korean, and he tries to set them all up at the end of Kwami 2.
Wait,
The fat guy, he gets shot, but was faking.
Tirada.
Yeah. I think those were the games where the obviously I think they mentioned a little bit in Yakuza 0, but Kwami 1 and 2 where they deal with all the Jingu mafia stuff and.
Oh yeah. That okay. So the storyline for that. So the storyline for that one and 5 is like the trippiest, like out of the series because like you have. So just a heads up to everyone. I'm gonna go into like slight spoilers, not spoiler too much. So yeah, since we mentioned Tirada being, part of the Korean mafia, the main character of the main villain rather. Sorry, the main villain of Yakuza Kiwami 2 or Kiwami 2, this Yakuza 2. There's a plot twist with him, and that's like the example of like I guess good storytelling because I would never expect all that, and also that ties back to another important character of that game in particular. So like that, like when everything's put together, it blew my mind. Says really all of this, and this is what we get. that blew my mind.
I feel like ever since Yakuza 0, I don't know why. Maybe I know some of the other Yakuza games came before Yakuza, but I always feel like they've always tried to get that good villain, but also like good twist villain. With like, especially when we met Shiba's Shower, like you didn't expect anything of this guy, but he comes out of nowhere at the very end. But he's so fucking cool because he has a dragon tattoo just like Kiryu. It can only be one, Ryu, one dragon, in the Tojo clan, and like I don't know why I love that dude. He's cool. The other one, Ueno, would have been better if we get to beat him more. But like you kind of just fight him and that's it. Like obviously Kuze, yeah, it's like Kuze. You fight him so many times, and like and him, this theme is just like embedded in your brain.
Yeah, yeah, that's that too. Oh yeah, and then there's another moment of Kiwami 2. Oh yeah, we talked a little bit about this before we went live, but I do plan on like after I finish Infinite Wealth and Pirate Yakuza, I do plan on replaying some of the games in the future, but specifically Kiwami 2 because I want to finish the Majima Construction game, and even the storyline in that was interesting as well. So
yeah. Speaking of construction vehicles, it was in Kiwami 1 where he rams into the Soul Plan, right?
Yeah.
And that Soul Plan is the infamous Soul Plan that Ichiban grows up in Shangri-La.
Yep.
And like that's another thing that pops up a lot, soap lands and prostitution, not like I will say the best things, for a lot, women, Asian women, Japanese women, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a very male thing, like, oh, let's meet some prostitutes or go to the strip club. I mean one of the most earliest cutscenes in what's like Yakuza 0 is with Majima in the Grand Cabaret. That one dude just feeling out that one girl, and she's like, she pops in like, you all the money. How many times did his dad, the hosts, and like in Stardust and Grand Cabaret and all those places, they do a lot of really sus things.
Yeah. Yeah, that I really like the way Majima handled that in particular. That scene, that was pretty classy. I mean, I guess pretty classy, pretty professional.
Yeah, and then later on, you almost get the same exact thing with Nishiki Pani. Like I remember, the guy's like, yeah, he's like, oh, he gave me like really hard now, always touching his.
Oh gosh.
So always touching himself. And those does very something similar as well. But unlike earlier on, like Majima has no patience for it. He just like, all right, you want to fight? I'll give you a fight. But I was kind of sad that he just, oh no, okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have like a spoiler warning. Like, hey, we start going to heavy spoilers or not. But
yeah, I guess we'll do like minor spoilers. But definitely heavy spoilers. We'll, put to the side for everyone to figure out later if they ever decide to play. But yeah, like those characters, like you think that. Oh well, maybe. How do I put this? So there are some characters too that you think something happened to them, but there's a chance they might come back. And I'm actually just curious to where RGG is going to take, put them in the future.
Oh yeah. That's right. I just remembered something from Yakuza 4, Rubber Bullets. one of the biggest like
Oh my
memes slash like plots ever. Like even I knew about that, you know, because like I said, I watched that Yakuza 4 gameplay, and everyone kept on talking about rubber bullets, rubber bullets. I'm like, what? And then when that plot happened, I'm like, what? Rubber bullets?
Wow, yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So going forward, also it's a plot twist. Going back to Yakuza 5. That's the extra one thing I forgot. Like you were talking about, like we were talking about the plot twist of some of the villains, but like in 5 in particular, I think 5 was definitely a trip because you had 5 characters right to play through. So you had Kiryu, Seijima, Akiyama, Haruka, and then Shinada. So in particular, I think it was the whole thing. Because there's a storyline, I guess actually it's Haruka. I think technically it's Haruka's part, but it does come back to the story as a whole. The twist in that so I actually got spoiled with that part where you meet Haruka's manager. She was married to a very important character in the series. I got spoiled with that. I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. So, and then as you get to the end of the game, it just comes full circle and like, okay, so I was not expecting that. So yeah, that also, I think that's the reason why 5 is my favorite because of all that build up.
And also another meme, because it's Yakuza 5, you go back to Yakuza 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and obviously it's not there in 0, but Millennium Tower. We'll always have a fight on top of Millennium Tower.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I still think that one of the best ones is obviously Yakuza Kiwami 1 with where he fights him, and then he fights the twist villain who comes out, the corrupt guy. That was a POS man to her and to Haruka. If I'm mistaken, if I remember all the blood relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then obviously, I think two. Did they fight on Millennium Tower? I know they had the bombs and everything. And then.
So yeah, 1, 2. I'm trying to remember 3.
3. You fight that one dude in the red suit.
I guess it's more of Eggplant, but it's him because it's also plot twist on that. That's kind of turned into a meme later on for this character. And then I think 4 and 5. Well, at least 4. No, I think all of them. Pretty much all of them.
Yeah, definitely 4 because that's where
him and
then had a different fight. Kiddo, that one former friend of Akiyama, Daigo, and then you had to fight the corrupt cop and his band of SWAT members.
Yeah. Yeah, so if
I remember that I'm gonna Tajbana. No, Tanimura. Sorry, not Tajbana. Tanimura. I actually liked his plot. It was actually interesting. Of all the new characters he introduced. I thought it was pretty good. Him, that girl, and that one girl she used her feminine wiles to take out certain dudes. Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, that I'm trying to see what else. I guess if we want to go forward, unless it was anything in particular from the previous games, I can't think of anything else. But if we want to talk about 6 in particular, that one was the one I was looking forward to playing after playing Kiwami 2, and then 3, 4, and 5, and then getting back to
that one was really good because Yakuza 5 ends on a cliffhanger, like with Kiryu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kiryu, and then
I don't know why they did this. Like they showed 5, and then obviously there's a box art and trailer art with Kiryu in there, so he survives somehow, but still.
Yeah, and then just the fact so just going into 6, so there's like so much I want to talk about, where to start. But I guess the biggest thing though was 6. So I think with Kiryu's character development, that was my favorite one because of the bond he develops with the baby. The baby, it's really adorable.
Hataru, right?
Haruto.
Take it.
You get it.
I was gonna say Naruto. I was gonna say Boruto, and then I'm like, oh no, that can't be that. It cannot be similar to that, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess Haruto sounds a little bit like Naruto. that's Haruto. But also, if you think of the character that he belongs to, it makes sense. I don't want to reveal the character's the name, but yeah, I really enjoy that. Like because it's moments in the game where your Kiryu is holding baby.
Yeah, the game was great. Also, like that game, I think was like a great like send off because there's tons of like little memories and like things that connected back to the older games. Pocket Circuit Fighter and like and the Cult is just the two I can remember off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't know if they bring back the baby Yakuza clan back or not. And then honestly,
Oh
oh my
wait,
God.
I think they. I don't know if they do it in 6, but I do know later they do. I think in 7.
In like Dragon, Yakuza like Dragon with
Yeah,
Ichiban.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. That game was great. I think that's when we updated the Dragon engine. I think that's like the first time we tasted the new Dragon engine with the physics and everything, and you can like beat it like the body's ragdoll. You can run into, you can smash the windows of the shop and all that. It has lots of good. Also has some bad, I guess. Like because it's much harder to like the bad guys will chase you down a lot harder in that game. Because like in the old games, if you run away, it's all like you're kind of locked into like a circle. Everyone comes around and starts cheering and clapping for you. Yeah, let's see this guy fight these random thugs or whatever over and over again on the streets. Pickpocketers, guys doing an insurance scam.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like in 6 in particular, like after taking care, Kiryu taking care of the baby, that part that's what got me like, yeah, this is adorable. But oh yeah, this is the whole story too. I guess a part of the story, like him bonding with the family, the Yakuza family that he meets in Hiroshima.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'll see the main girl that he was kind of hanging out with, him. That one guy, I can't remember his name. That guy just had his heart set all over.
Oh yes,
but,
yes, I remember that. That I guess that too. That's a twist too. Like I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Who she's like formerly like married to and on
Yeah.
all that. Oh my God, I remember the plot with him as well. Oh my God, it was so good. Yeah, I think I know a lot of people didn't like that guy. It's kind of like Oda, but he has some type of redemption.
Oh
I guess, so
yeah.
it kind of could. I also kind of reminds me of if you watch the anime My Hero Academia with
Endeavor. Oh yeah. Yeah. So that character in particular, yeah, like he was confusing. Like he was confusing, and then it's like, okay, well, oh well, I guess. That's kind of seriously right because he went, through all of that. Yeah, I definitely had conflicts with that dude. Oh, but yeah, the twist in that on top of everything else is that definitely.
That's what as your teammates from the Yakuza, cute little Yakuza clan, they're all right. I mean, I do have to say, they're okay. There was obviously the loudmouth. There was the guy who was obsessed with like I think he had like a pompadour, and then there was like a fat guy, and then there's the old man. That old man. I think he's like what, Beat Catchy, right?
Yes, Pete Takashi, yes. Now, like, I thought that was pretty cool. I know he's been in, Yakuza movies in the past. There was actually one movie I watched him in, like, about 25 years ago, like in the early 2000s, called Ikujiro. Think about that movie. If you ever watch that movie, that's actually like a Yakuza sub-story.
Oh my God! You know what sucks? I keep on forgetting. I keep on kicking myself in the butt. I need to watch the actual Yakuza Amazon series.
Oh, so I watched like the first. I've watched the first 3 episodes, but I haven't been able to get to the second 3. I'm actually working. I wanted to do like a reaction video of that, so I did record like the first 3 episodes, but I haven't done the second half yet. So
okay.
So that's something
Sounds
to
good.
work on in the future.
Yeah, and I just found this out today. Like there's a new game coming out. It's called like something Rabbit, and it's voiced in Japanese. Kiryu does the voice of the main character, the rabbit character.
Oh yes,
so, this cute little rabbit character, and you just hear Kiryu's voice coming out.
That's a guy. It's hilarious. I think right that one.
No. This is like an actual video game. It's going to be hitting like the Switch and like PS4 and Steam pretty soon. But I saw it on Blue Sky. Oh yeah, speaking of Kiryu, he did do a voice of a Yakuza tapir, I think, in Odd Taxi anime.
Oh yeah, I remember him. I remember that character. But no, if it's maybe it's a multi-platform game, but yeah, there was a ad for a game that had Takai Kuroda voicing this character. Maybe the same game. Like it was an ad on Instagram. Because when I read someone in the comments saying that, oh yeah, we got the curious voice actor, and I was hoping it was the right one, and it was. Not that one we're going to talk about in Infinite Wealth, but
yeah, that's true. Before we go any further, I would like to take a quick bathroom break.
Okay, all right, we can do a short ad break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more. So, all right, we'll be right back. of operations for the order of progress rather for this healing items, since I got a huge amount of health to go through now. Dude, go down. Damn.
Anything unnecessary.
Hey everyone, my name is Nakaichi. I'm late today because I went into a castle and almost got executed by the PE teacher. Since 2005, and he also has a band too, in case you didn't know, called
No, I didn't know he didn't have a band, but every time we see the man on like any social media, the guy is just dripped out.
Like he raided Snoop Dogg's closet. Yeah, because I'm impressed with the way he dresses, and also fun fact, like one day I was bored and I was looking up pictures of him, and it took me 15 minutes to find a picture without the clothes that he normally wears. And so basically, without a hat, it took me a while to find one. But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy, and his band is called Goodfellas. That's the name of the band, and he actually one of my favorite songs by his band is his self named after the band called Goodfellas. So it's on Spotify.
I did not know that.
It's on.
I know he's done a lot of voice acting for a lot of games and anime, but I'm guessing maybe done some live action stuff. Like I never know his actual name. I just know him as it's Kiryu.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I remember him. Like, oh, it's Kiryu's voice actor.
Yeah,
he's obviously gonna be in that Rabbit game that's gonna be hitting the Switch and PlayStation pretty soon. Mm-hmm. And then I think Atelier Yume, because I saw this on the Reddit, on the Yakuza Reddit randomly.
Yeah, Takaya Kuroda, that's his name. Not Takuya, but there's actually a Takuya Kuroda, but no, it's Takaya. But yeah, he's actually started as like an actual actor, like on the screen, because he was in like some films like in the 80s. But he had an injury that basically, he couldn't keep up, so he had to step back and do voice work, in which he ended up doing a lot of anime stuff, and eventually. He's known as Kiryu today, as we do know today. It's on the intermission screen. Yeah, it's. I think I would have to restart the stream. Yeah, it's behind. I think. Actually, what's funny is that it says excellent. It said unstable earlier, but now it says excellent. But I would have to kill the stream and start it again. So I'm really hoping that the VOD. Is a little better than what we see now, but you can hear me all right though, right?
Yeah, I mean I can hear you fine.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this, y'all. But yeah, I don't know. It must be OBS. I should have restarted OBS before we went live, but anyway. So yeah, he was an actor originally, but yeah, he had an injury that kept him from actually acting. So this is, how we know who he is today. But I think he's the one that has no problem with the karaoke tracks. But I know his, co-worker, fellow voice actor, Hidenari Ugaki, the voice of Majima. think he didn't care for the karaoke at one point, but I think now he's like, okay, you know what, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I really appreciate the voice actors. I hope to get to meet them someday because I think at least the most recent convention I know that Kuroda-san was at was Anime Expo a few years ago. This was around the time they were doing like the media tours for Infinite Wealth, and since we were talking about earlier, I was trying, I guess since we're getting close to the latest Yakuza game, so we do have like 7 and 8 to talk about.
Like a Dragon. There's like a Dragon. There's obviously Infinite Wealth, Gaiden. If we want to talk about Ishin, I haven't got a chance to play Ishin yet. I was like, it's a completely separate thing. I mean, that's the same Yakuza characters, but that's pretty much it. And then I don't know if anyone has talked about or played Yakuza Dead Souls on PS3. Anybody remembers that game?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's lost to time, and I guess I guess you wouldn't call it's lost unplayable media right now, but I'm hoping one day they come back to it. The only thing that they're going to have from Dead Souls is to get to the top song that's going to be in Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii next week. So I'm looking forward to that. But oh yeah, so going back to
speaking of voice actors, I just looked it up. I just want to make sure I was correct. The voice actor for Ichiban is also the voice actor of Nishiki.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep, that's very interesting considering, how, Ichiban and Kiryu bond in Infinite Wealth. So that's pretty cool, especially because they promoted Judgment, the Judgment song, again, too, because that was Kiryu and Nishiki's song in Zero, too.
Yeah, man. Oh, God. I love Judgment,
Yes.
That song still stuck in my head, Oh, my God. And, like I said, I did that at karaoke a while ago, and me trying to sing Japanese.
I think that's probably the easiest way to sing Japanese because I almost like remember it, like the way I remember some songs is like if I sing it so much, like I sing it phonetically. But like if
I'm breaking the law, breaking the
world, that tenderness. Yes, oh my gosh. But gosh, I think actually my favorite karaoke song is it's a tie. So it's like Get to the Top. Again, my bias is showing. So yeah, Get to the Top. Judgment, and then today like a diamond. Today's a diamond, or something like that. Yeah, that's my favorite one. But
I think my favorite one is probably Machine Gun Kiss, because I had that as my my Twitch alert for years, and I remember I just heard this song, I just love it. Machine Gun Kiss. Midnight shadow, accelerate through these old highway cities. Not just one kiss, not two, but 100. I got a full clip of love for you tonight. I remember I used to sing that all the time, and I would listen to English, translations of people singing it on YouTube over and over again. That one, I also like, obviously Judgment, Butterfly, and then another one also, and I like a lot, is Tonight. It's the song where, Kiryu reminisces about him and Nishiki. Another one is good. I mean, he's good, kind of guy, old played now with Bakamatai. Bakamatai, I've been a fool for you.
I'm ancestral fool. Yeah, so yeah, very I guess bangers as we call them nowadays. But so going back to voice actors though, so earlier I mentioned how Kiryu's original voice actor, I don't know what he did previously, but they did bring him back for the English dub of Yakuza Like a Dragon, which, by the way, that's like the first English dub in a long time for Yakuza game, because pretty much from 2 up until 6, it's been all Japanese. So they brought him back. They didn't bring Mark Hamill back, because at that point he forgotten about it, but up until, pretty much from then up until with the most, the current game coming out soon, they have Matt Mercer as the voice of Majima, and he's not bad as Majima, but I do have an issue with Kiryu's voice actor. I don't know. I don't know what your opinion is of him, Young Ye.
Oh yeah, Young yeah. Well, I know about him because of YouTube. I remember he did a lot of stuff with like Metal Gear Solid. I remember that was like one of the last games I got really into, like analyzing all the trailers and picking apart all this stuff, and like, and I would watch his stuff a lot. I mean, I liked his stuff a lot until then. I remember I kind of fell off with him for a bit. But I'm like, all right. I remember when he got announced for the English voice acting for, let's see, Like a Dragon, The Man Who Raised His Name, and Infinite Wealth. And I remember I heard the first time I heard his voice, like, okay, didn't sound very good, but like I said, the first time, it would probably get better. And it didn't get better. And unfortunately, I had the audacity to criticize him on Twitter when I still had access to Twitter. I need to find, I don't know if there's any way for me to get my Twitter account back or not. I need to find my password or something. And he blocked me.
Yeah, see,
and then at the same time, around the same time as all that happening, I remember some other YouTubers had clips of his horrendous karaoke singing of Judgment from Infinite Wealth. I'm like, wow, you just killed it, man, in the worst way possible.
The derogatory, killed it derogatory.
Like the worst part is, like, I played in Japanese. I played all the Yakuza games in Japanese, but I watched my brother play Yakuza, like Dragon in English, and it was fine. Like the voice actors and everything were pretty good. And the main guy, for Ichiban is Koji Tang, something Tang, and he does the voice of Ichiban. He does the voice of Bill in Beastars. He's the voice of Satoru Gojo, and JJK season 1, 2, and obviously the movie Zero. He does a very good job, and I think everyone else is good too. Like this, and I think he also had Matt Mercer doing the voice of Majima, right?
Yeah, right.
And who else was it? Was it not Travis Willingham? It wasn't Nolan North. It was someone else. Was it Matt Mercer? No, I already mentioned Matt Mercer. It was someone else. I think they had someone else also the voice, like maybe Saitama or some other well-known Yakuza character.
So I don't know what he did previously, but Ron Yuan, who did Saitama, and I think Robbie Damon did a character. I want to say he did Eric or Tomizawa. I'm not sure, but like I'm playing the Japanese sub myself as well. But I know Robbie Damon's credited as a character. But yeah, Young Ye, like I heard of him as a YouTuber, and I watched bits and pieces of his like videos before, but it was like it didn't interest me. Like I love Metal Gear Solid, but I guess just his approach to it was like to me. But yeah, his whole thing, like when he was announced as Kiryu, and I heard about him, blocking people. Like I said, I hope it's like an actual, like legit him blocking, like actual criticism, like just bad criticism, But
yeah, I mean, it's an English dub. Obviously, it's gonna get a lot of criticism compared to Japanese, and usually for most English dubs now these days are usually pretty good. They're like they're not gonna like ruin anything. But I remember I saw a bunch of videos of him talk about how much he loved Yakuza, talk about how he talked to Kiryu, and he got his little bracelet and everything. And like, I mean, okay, I want to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay,
right.
I mean, it was just like when Dragon Ball Z changed their job from like Ocean to Funimation, and that was really bad for a while, and then they finally become now when you think of those actors, you know those voice actors, you don't know the old ones anymore unless you live in Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and I mean, I'm a big fan of Yakuza, big fan of Kiryu, and every time I heard his voice, it was like, all right, did they not record him in a very good booth or not a good microphone? I started making all these excuses for the guy, but then then he just blocked me, like, all right, you lost a decent person that'll help you out. I would defend you. Maybe say like, oh, he might have a chance to we might get better, but he didn't get better. Gaiden nor Infinite Wealth does he sound good? Like I sat down and listened to a bunch of clips of him, like compared to like Japanese and the English scenes, especially like early scenes in the game without spoilers.
Yeah, like like criticism thing, him blocking criticism. Yeah, I thought it was just bad criticism, but no, he's like every single criticism, and then he basically says, "I was choosing to do Kiryu. This is my character," and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, I lost respect for you, dude. Yeah, that's why I'm playing the Japanese stuff. I'm sorry, but like, I hope they do choose like a new character and like an actor to play him in the future whenever the need arises. But yeah, that is ridiculous. That whole thing, and even it was so bad that before I haven't looked at the Yakuza game subreddit in like a year since Gaiden came out. I don't want to get any spoilers, but before I muted the subreddit. They even banned any topics concerning Young A. That's how bad it got. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Young A, I mean, it's weird. He's done good voice acting for anime. He was in JoJo, and he did a really good job in that one. Sorry, but he's done voices for a lot of other games that are really bad. Like he's like cashing a quick paycheck, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, yeah. Sorry, so Young A. I mean, I like your stuff. You know, it's been a while since I sat down and watched any of your stuff, but you know. When it comes to voice acting, Kiryu, one of my favorite characters of all time. Sorry. That's why I'm sticking with the Japanese.
Yeah. Like, I'm a dub person. I grew up watching, Japanese dubs, but because it's only an exception. And yeah, I will, like, watch bits and pieces of, like, the dubbing work in the future. Like, I watched a few of it of Yakuza Like a Dragon, but yeah, like, other than that, I think the only exception now, if you want to move forward a little bit, so Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, so that's coming out next Friday. So, again, going back to Matt Mercer, he's very talented. He's been a voice actor for years, and he's very busy.
He's very good.
Yeah, he's very busy.
I mean, I have a question. Obviously, you big fan of Majima, and then obviously, I know Mark Hamill did the voice for him a long time ago. And I know a lot of people kind of remember it's just a Joker. But, this is the first time Majima is going to be like the main character since Zero. I mean, he had obviously the mini game in, Kwame 2, and he's done, he's been like, side character in a lot of the other Yakuza games. So you're going to hear Matt Mercer. Are you a big fan of Matt Mercer? Do you like his voice?
I like his voice, yes. So, I actually met Matt Mercer like 10 years ago. And he also did the voice of, I gotta do some like bits and pieces of voices, so it's like hard to know, like, I guess it's around the time where I kind of like dropped off of listening to like sort of like English stuff, but, one role in particular comes to mind. He did the voice of Corleonis in Final Fantasy 15. That was my favorite character in 15, and he did a really good job of him, so...
Oh, yeah. That's the guy with the katana, right?
Yes.
He was super cool, and then he doesn't show up again, and then he's like dead or something like that. I remember picking up his sword. I was sad that he died.
No, wait. No, I don't think he died. I know spoilers, but no, I don't think he died. Because what happened, well, minor spoilers for 15, is that, there's that one chapter that they added later that kind of, tied up at all the loose ends. And it took place like in the future.
I'm trying to remember. Like, you had the original Final Fantasy 15, you had the movie, the anime, then you had all the DLC. You had Prompto, Ignis, Gladiolus, and Arden. I remember playing all that.
And then later, I think it was like chapter 13 or chapter 14, whatever that bonus chapter they released, I think after they released the DLC. Because you see Core in that, and he's basically telling... Noctis, like, we can do it. Yeah.
I don't remember that. I know he was in Gladiolus DLC. He was the boss.
Yeah.
He was fucking hard as shit.
Yeah, but yeah, the chapter that I'm talking about, they didn't add it until later, because it was like a bonus update, because they re-released the game after they released, I think, the DLC.
See, that's probably like the Royal Edition. I didn't have the Royal Edition. I just had the base, Final Fantasy 15, I bought most of all the DLC. The only one I didn't play was the multiplayer DLC. I watched all the anime. I had a movie. Which I think has like Sean Bean in there. The voice of Noctis' dad, who dies. Once again, another role Sean Bean dies in. And I think the main guy is voiced by someone from like Breaking Bad or something.
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of. I don't remember most of the voice guys, but yeah, it was definitely like Benny Meckers. Yeah, it was chapter 15. That's, by the way, that you play. It's in the Royal Edition, like you can read by later, but I think it was a free update or something. It was something that. Like, I bought the Day 1 edition, I guess technically Day 1, not really Day 1, but I bought it when it came out, and it was added later. So, but if you ever decide to play 15 again, you can check out.
I remember playing so much 15, me and my brother played shit that. I remember getting the original 1,000 achievement points in that game until all the DLC and remember that. I'm like, oh, god damn. I looked up Matt Mercer, he's done a lot of voice acting, a lot of different games. He does, Espio the Chameleon, he's the voice of Deadshot, he's in, obviously... he's also in Fallout 4, Fortnite, Ace Combat 5, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. So yeah, he's a good voice actor. I like his voice, but like is he the voice of Majima? I don't know. Like, so we'll find out.
So there's if you go to their Sega's YouTube channel, they do have that second trailer for Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. They have a good chunk of. Majima the hero, and also they got a song. I think it's the Girl Pirates theme. They do have sample of him singing, which I guess that song's good for him singing for Matt Mercer in particular. But now I'm curious as to how he'll perform the other karaoke tracks like 24 Hours Cinderella, Get to the Top, and the new songs they got. Hello, Robert. Welcome to the stream. How are you? And also apologies to the fans because the stream might be out of sync, but hopefully you can hear because I think that's all that matters is listening us talk about the Yakuza franchise.
Hello, welcome to anyone that's who just came in recently or looking. Like I said, this is my first time ever doing a podcast thing like this. So it's all new to me. It's all new to Miss Sintaku Media as well. So please, please be easy on us with your criticism. If you have any advice to make it better, we would love to hear it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think we're doing well. I don't know about I think we're doing well. I'm having fun. And again, we're talking about my favorite thing right now. Our favorite thing right now. But yeah. We were talking about.
We were talking about the voice acting. I mean, because we were at Yakuza 6, and we started going into. We're going to start going to Like a Dragon and Gaiden, and maybe a little bit with Infinite Wealth and what we think of what is going to happen in the Pirate Yakuza game.
Right. So yeah, we were talking about voice acting. We were talking about Matt Mercer in particular, but yes, if you are interested in listening to Matt Mercer's performance, Majima, so yeah, check out those trailers on Sega's channel. But also,
I don't watch too many trailers just because, the last games I got into really all the trailers were Metal Gear Solid 5, Final Fantasy 15, and Kingdom Hearts. I love those games, but at the same time, they were all three were pretty disappointing to me for different reasons.
I get it.
I waited a super long time for all those games, and they kind of disappointed me.
Oh yeah, I get it.
One way or another.
I get it.
Especially Kingdom Hearts. I think that's the one that hurt the most.
I think I just like to be punished, so I think I just end up watching it anyway. But Infinite Wealth's trailer in particular, I'm like, but I think they did better. Considering I'm almost done with Infinite Wealth, I think they're doing better with their trailers. I'm not going to go into detail, but if you know, you know. But I just I'm curious as to see what happens. But yeah, going back, I guess we were talking about full accuracy, yes, but I guess going back to the game. So Yakuza Like a Dragon in particular. So
speaking of Yakuza, when Yakuza Like a Dragon came out, I remember I bought some Yakuza stuff. I have a Yakuza watch, and I also have a backpack as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I did official, I guess from Japan, official merchandise.
Yeah. It's a collaboration with this one group known as Super Groupies. I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought Alchemist. I bought Cowboy Bebop, Yakuza, and yeah.
Oh, cool.
I won a free Fortnite backpack from them.
Ah, okay, cool. I do have a couple of shirts. Actually, I got a Redbubble shirt. I got the Majima because that was the one with Majima that says we built shit.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, I remember when Yakuza Like a Dragon came out. I wanted to cop Adachi's jacket, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, so there's a website. I actually came across it recently, and they have his jacket. It's $95. I don't know if they have the size of it. I forget the website. Maybe in my history, but it's an ad on Instagram. They have it on there, but they all were running extra small, so I don't know if it would fit. It definitely wouldn't fit me because I'm a bigger size, larger size. But
usually when I bought that stuff, I have a Kingdom Hearts jacket and a Fullmetal Alchemist jacket. I think I got a medium, and that was fine. It's a bit big, but I don't think they have small, so I usually just go with a medium.
Oh yeah.
And I also the only bad part about the Yakuza watch, it's the one with the segmented chain, so it doesn't fit my wrist. I'm too skinny. I removed some links and it's still too big, and I also need to put some new batteries in it.
Oh, man.
It's the only watch I haven't worn. I wore my Cowboy Bebop watch a lot. I wore my Dragon Ball Z watch, Kingdom Hearts, and Fullmetal Alchemist. I had a watch, and I have a watch and a pocket watch.
I have that Fullmetal Alchemist watch somewhere. I know some years since I bought it, but yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, what's the funny part? I got all that. I got all the Fullmetal Alchemist stuff in October, which is important if you watch Fullmetal Alchemist. Yes. And it was also we also had Halloween theme, thing at work, and it all came at the same time. So I came in with my boots. I put some black pants on, my Fullmetal Alchemist, hoodie on. I had a pocket watch. I had a watch on my wrist. And I bought the backpack too. The only thing I didn't bring with me was. I think that was the only thing I didn't bring with me. I think I have a wig. I didn't buy a wig. I saw the Kingdom Hearts umbrella. I never opened it. Used it. Just never had an opportunity to use it.
Pretty cool. But yeah, going back to some of the games. Yeah, Yakuza Like a Dragon. So that was the first game where they introduced the RPG aspect of it. And actually, interesting enough, I have a couple of friends who actually got into Yakuza because of that game alone, and they refused to play any of the other ones that are beat 'em up because they, didn't much care for it. So
Yeah. I remember when I first heard that, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was stupid. Like, what? An RPG? That sounds dumb. What is Sega thinking? You know, I would like to eat my words, and I was completely wrong. It fits right in, just like with beat 'em up. I'm not gonna lie, it does. It can be a lot harder at times because you got a party, you got to manage your health and stamina, and hopefully the boss or whoever does some move and you don't block it. That's the only part I'm still. You got that one. This takes so much practice. It's the blocking perfect guard.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had to force myself to learn that so well to beat Amon twice and go through the entire Millennium Tower. Level 99 characters. If you did not block one combo, it killed you. So.
Yeah. So of course I'm no stranger to RPGs, but playing this game, like considering how I play, like I'm mostly in for this. Like I like to indulge in the story. There's going to be times where I'm going to have to stop everything and then grind. So that's going to be a thing, like regardless of what I play, and that's kind of where I am now with Infinite Wealth. It's because I've had to stop. I think I spent the longest time on chapter 12 because I had to grind a little bit because of some bosses that you encounter in the game, and it's at this point I've recorded 60 hours of the game. So
yeah, I remember Infinite Wealth. Oh, no, not Infinite Wealth. I'm trying to remember if I had a bunch of problems. The only time I had a problem was I think there was only 2 boss fights I had a problem with. The one is against obviously Majima and Saijima. I remember that.
Oh gosh.
At me.
Yes.
That was pretty hard.
I think that's the next like one. Tries from that.
That took me a lot. The next one, it was pretty difficult for me just because I was a bit under level at the time. Because I did some grinding for Majima and Saijima, but I didn't do a whole lot for this guy. It was Joe. Joe and his knife man. I remember him beating shit at me.
Oh yeah.
Because like I said, his moves were very sharp and fast, and you had to like perfect guard that stuff. It was like fighting Majima again, and
yeah,
that was getting nightmares.
Oh, and I think the hardest, if you thought that Majima Seijima was the hardest, is actually, should I say it? Kiryu.
Are you talking about which one? The Like a Dragon?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I played and beat Like a Dragon.
Yeah, but Kiryu in particular, you fight.
Oh yeah, Kiryu was okay. I think I lost him once or twice, but then I was able to just pretty much overpower him, and then just have like, I think I had 2 girls on my team. That's what both of you are. Then one was healing, one was doing a bunch of ice damage, and then honestly, I think I had like the Korean guy, and I was the Ichiban. Yoongi. You know what? Can I say something? Like I said, I actually do like all the characters in Yakuza Like a Dragon. Each one's pretty good. It's just unfortunately, I feel like I think it was Zhao and Korean guy. What was his name?
Jungi.
Yoongi. They're cool, but at the same time, they feel a bit detached because they came from the rival,
oh yeah.
And it's not as much. I feel like there's not as much you can do with them. Unlike Adachi, Nanma, Sachan, and Ichiban himself, and then there's the extra girl. She was with the Eri-chan with the Senbun / Ichiban company confections.
Yeah, Ichiban confection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like fighting Kiryu though in that fight, it took me a minute to realize that I need an extra girl in the party because I like that philosophy of Kiryu is that he doesn't want to hit women. I like that. So, but
yeah, I think the only time he hit a girl was Haruka when she had the gun. Like slap her, like don't.
Oh, yeah, that was different. Yeah, I get it. It was just a slap.
Obviously, it was a slap. Obviously, but she had like the gun in her hand in that bar. I think that bar becomes Batam, right?
Yeah.
It was because there was another bar. It was where the old guy from Yakuza 0, Bacchus. Boy.
Boy.
That's the only word he said. He was boy.
Wow. Yeah, that's the boss fight in that was rough, but at the end was pretty easy and because of Like a Dragon and Gaiden.
Not counting Amon's fight. All right, the two fights, okay. But Majima and Saijima were pretty hard, and Joe. The only ones I felt they were pretty hard because I died quite a few times. Kiryu wasn't that bad because by that time I was already leveled up enough. It was just I just had to figure out the strategy. Like, let's put the other girl in there.
Yeah. Let's see what else. So Gaiden. So that one was the first of the Gaiden games, which I guess the second will be Pirate Yakuza Hawaii, but that one takes place between, well, actually before, like in between the events of Yakuza Like a Dragon. What do you think of that?
It did feel a little weird going back as Kiryu. I'm like, oh, why would I go back as Kiryu? I thought the story was done. Then I was playing through it, like, okay, it was kind of okay, whatever, You go back to the ship and you fight I think the descendant of Nishikitani and you got, and then that's when they start, and then I think by the end of that, then you have Kiryu, you have Ichiban, you have oh god, what's his face, who used to be the leader, Omi, and all that, and it's all come together. Like, okay, I get it now. They try to fill in try to fill in some of the holes. Like, what happened to because he went to prison after Yakuza 5 because he got shot in the stomach. Him and the other guy got shot multiple times in the back.
Well, Daigo was shot, I think. Yeah, Daigo was shot, and then he went to jail, and then
Daigo was shot. He was in a coma in 3. He came back.
Yeah, and then he's supposed to have been in coma in 5, and then he, something happened, some stroke of miracle happened there, but.
Yeah. And oh god, what was his name? Watashi, I think was his name, right?
Watashi, yeah, he's a leader.
Yeah, from the Omi. I remember him, yeah. And then I didn't know that. I did not know he got stabbed, and he went through that entire speech, just bleeding out, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and the two villains, obviously the Nishikitani guy and the guy the Oni mask, they're all right. I kind of understand what they're going with, but I still feel like I feel like obviously with every Yakuza game, it feels a little harder to try and stretch or contrive a reason why. It's not as easy as in 0, Kwame 1 and 2, 3. Even in 4 at times, 5 with certain characters, 6 made sense. Like a Dragon, all right, it made sense with Bleach. Bleach, you had the gray zones, and you had the dissolution of the Tojo and the Omi alliance.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of that.
I by the time that game got done, when you saw Kiryu with the iPad. I was crying.
Yeah,
that part got me so good because I know a lot of people hated those kids, but I played through Yakuza, 3. They also mentioned Yakuza 4, 5. With obviously Haruka. You could send money back to the orphanage. Honestly, Kiryu taking care of Hataro and Haruto and how he connects with Haruka. Haruka connects back to the orphanage, and then you can also just connect it to Kiryu's life in general. Kiryu lost his parents, his name was Nishiki, because of the Yakuza, and he was raised in the Yakuza franchise. Remember him, yelling as a kid, "We want to be just like you. You have all the money, the cars, the women."
Yeah, I remember that, and then just watching Kiryu's development from then and then up until I guess the end of 1, it's like, okay, this was a mistake, I think. So. And
he was there when the Tojo clan took out all the Koreans and everything, and he had the gun in his hand. I think he about to shoot someone, but he just couldn't do it. He wanted to be just like Kazuma, his father.
Yeah, but yeah, that was definitely Kiryu's definitely interesting. He's definitely had a lot going on in his life, and definitely that's character development.
Kiryu's like a hero, a protector. You kind of boil down into tropes or archetypes of a hero. Obviously it's very fancy like when it comes to this huge amount of honor when it comes to the Yakuza. Obviously real life Yakuza wouldn't be like Kiryu, but you still at least love the guy, you still root for him.
Yeah,
and I just can't get enough of him, man. And I'm kind of glad at the end he got a nice send off.
Yeah,
and honestly, I'm playing Infinite Well, so I know Kiryu's back and he's in my party. I'm only in chapter 3.
Yeah, and I'm not, well, I don't know. I'm anticipating what's to come towards the end. I'm curious as to see where this is gonna go. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this has been quite a journey for Kiryu, Majima, Ichiban, and other characters, including some newcomers like Ichiban. So Ichiban, I'm sure it still has a lot of ways to go, but.
Do you like Ichiban? I like Ichiban. I know a lot of people. I don't know if a lot of people like him because honestly, this new character it gives off very much Metal Gear Solid 2 vibes with Raiden and Sneak.
He's okay. I guess compared to I see him as a big brother character, but Kiryu's Kiryu, but I think Ichiban's more of a big brother. And actually, there's a viewer that comes. He watches my streams on YouTube, and he doesn't care for Ichiban as much, but he definitely would like to see Kiryu more, but he definitely sees the big brother aspect of Ichiban though. But he's okay. he's okay, and I do appreciate like I enjoyed the story, like the at the end game of like a dragon. Yakuza Like a Dragon. He's trying to.
Because he's new, it does take a little bit longer to kind of situate him into the main plot. Like it was mostly that mystery of like, oh, he was part of the, that Arakawa gang, goes to prison, gets shot, and like why? We need to figure out why. And then at the end, it all comes together, and like you really do like. I really do like him because I'm not gonna lie. When they play that one like sad piano theme song with him and Arakawa and the young master, like I kind of tear up,
Oh yeah.
They play it in the background way, like especially when you go to the Chinese restaurant with the King Duck. They play that quite often. Hearing that just gives me like tear up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but also that one scene at the end of the game. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but yeah, definitely. You want to give Ichiban a hug?
that all the stuff. Yeah, that stuff with the coin lockers. If you go, that's the best way to put context. The coin lockers. Everything that dealt with the coin lockers with them too. Man, that was so good.
Yeah. And, but yeah. Let's see what else. Let's see. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I think we almost I think we're pretty much caught up. But the only thing that would leave us is with. One thing we were left with is Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, but we, of course, we're still Infinite Wealth, so we can't really see much about it until, except for, like, I'm excited, because, it's Majima's game, finally.
Yeah, I'm excited for it as well. Like, when I first heard it, like, wait, did the Pirate Yakuza game? I'm like, I was like, wait, what? Like, what the heck are you guys talking about? And then, like, Twitter or, Blue Sky, like, started showing, like, trailers, and I saw I think, like, the limited edition collection. Then, okay, it's real. Like, it wasn't a joke. I thought, like, it was a silly thing. Yeah, I really want to play Ishin. I want to go back into ancient Japan and play that one, even though it has nothing to do with all the other ones. But it looks good. I still want to play that one because let's see, there's that. I have a question. Like, when it comes to like playing through the Yakuza game, so it's going through the gameplay. Obviously, the first couple hours of the game is maybe really annoying because there's so many tutorials. You can't do much. You can't everything's all blocked out. You have to go through, you gotta learn how to fight this style, that style. This is how you do the taxi. This is how you level up. This is how you upgrade a weapon and all that.
Which wait, what's the first specific game?
I was just talking about these games in general. Like the first couple hours, always so like you go on a track, all railroaded, lots of cutscenes, lots of talking, but not much adventure stuff.
I think 3. I feel like 3 had a lot of that, but I think everything else was. I think it didn't go into too much. Like it didn't keep you for too long. Like it says, hey, this how you do this. But I think 3.
Yeah, and Yakuza 0 does quite a bit because obviously introduce to Kiryu. You gotta do like collection mission, meet Nishikani, eat some ramen, go to the karaoke. You can't really do a whole lot. It's only after I think it might be after you get kicked out of the clan you start opening up. That's when you start investing all of that money into yourself, and then with obviously then Majima all over again, all his tutorial stuff. And that's like opening up, and then all the other games were kind of like that. I mean, Yakuza Like a Dragon was like that as well, because they had to introduce all the RPG stuff, and then introduce all the characters, all the systems, and then Gaiden was like that somewhat as well, but it wasn't too bad. Like because it was such a short game, you can kind of rush through it.
Yeah.
And now with Infinite Wealth, I'm on chapter 3, and now you're able to do pretty much everything. You can go to karaoke, you can meet people. Fight, you can start doing sub stories. I think once you're able to start doing sub stories, that's when they finally took off all the training wheels off and you started doing stuff.
Oh yeah. Also, in Infinite Wealth, when you get there's going to be some sub stories that you can't skip under a certain character. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I guess, like you said, once you get into like the first 3 chapters, you'll be able to explore a little more. But yeah, I think 3 though I noticed it kind of dragged on a little bit. But I think the rest of the games like moving forward, like
3 was like the first Yakuza game in a long time. So like you had obviously
right.
Yakuza Kiwami 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I think they're doing a better job, at least with the most recent game. I think they're doing a better job of keeping it simple, but also you can just skip right through, like especially like with me and with both of us just going right into the next game. You just skip. So okay, if it's the same, all right. But if there's anything specific like they add that's new, then I definitely need to pay attention to it. But we can always go back later and check it out. But
yeah, like oh my god, can we talk about some of the games, like some of the mini games? I think it's from it was Yakuza 5, I think Yakuza 6. You had the chat room mini game where you type into the stuff,
yes.
And he's like Kiryu typing out,
typing like a boomer.
Typing like a boomer, but like literally typing out stuff like boobs or yeah, like the most like sincere stuff, like and like And like if you do it right, you know, you get like the second videos and everything. And I can't count how many times I'll be playing through that and I get like a huge wait, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh my gosh!
Gotta happen to me so many times. That one, obviously, anytime I'm at the you know, Stardust or whatever, I'm talking to all the girls, and the only thing that's a bit weird in Gaiden, it's all real girls, I think.
Yeah,
and I know
that's
you
right.
also had real girls as well, but I don't know why it feels a little weirder because I think in the other games, you know, you see Kiryu and Majima next to them or something. I don't know. It feels like, you know, like no, I think it's because it's a first person view. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like to the other Yakuza games. I know you also talk to girls as well, but no, yeah. I remember in Yakuza 4, I think it was like can't remember who I was. I think it was.
Oh, I guess it could be anyone.
I remember talking to him. And I remember buying a whole bunch of, you know, alcohol and stuff like that. I remember I had no money, so I was like buying the cheapest drinks and getting no love points from any of the girls. Like I would like eat the vegetables for free, get some water, because it was like early on in the game, so I didn't know how to make any money. That's another thing that annoys me. Like in the beginning of the game, you can't make any money. So I'm seeing all this cool stuff, and I'm like, I can't get none of it. I can't get any of these cool weapons or armor or upgrade anything or.
Yeah, like if you want to talk about like just odds, like mini game stuff. So going back to 4, when you mentioned it, I know there was that one mini game. I don't know if it's specific with Kiryu or it might be some other characters, but I know you can go to like a soap land with character, and then you basically are both of you are in rows and you're playing, I think, pool, and that's that option where you can speak to girls' chests. And I'm like, bro.
I remember playing ping pong.
Ping pong, yeah.
Ping pong. Oh, what was it? Was it Yakuza? One of them had a massage game. A massage, like where the girls like massaging you. I failed that mini game every time. Like I failed that mini game every time. Like, what am I supposed to do? I kept failing this massage mini game.
Okay, I don't remember which one that was, but I know maybe
I read all the tutorials. Like, oh, you need to press a button and wait for the timing and all that. Okay, I'm ready for it. And in like 5 seconds, like you failed. Like what?
Oh,
why do I keep on failing this?
Maybe it was 5. Because there was a mini game that I attempted to try, but apparently I didn't know any girls. Because I think I did a Nakayama, and he was like in a hot tub, and he was like, "Oh, well, if I knew some girls to do this with, next time I'll come back with them," or something like that. So it might be that one. But again, like I didn't really do a whole lot like that in that area because I was trying to finish the game.
Yeah, I know with Yakuza 6, it was the fitness mini game. That one. So the fitness mini game starts off pretty easy. You know, you do like weights or running and all that, and if you do it right, you get a lot of points, and you can level up. And it starts off kind of easy, but it gets kind of hard, man. There's a few times where like I was barely surviving those mini games because you need to level up. You need to level up Kiryu to do the Kiryu clan stuff because make him super strong to take down the harder clans later on.
Yeah, right. Some other weird mini games. So going back to Kiwami 2, there's that one mini game I was trying to do on stream, and that's the toilets game.
Toilet game?
Yeah.
I remember someone mentioning a toilet game where I think you had pee, right?
Yeah.
I never played that one. Everyone always talks about it. I always saw it in previews and reviews, and I'm like, can I find this?
Yeah, it's a sub-story that you unlock. It's like for a brief sub-story just to unlock it. But yeah, you unlock it, go to like one of the Club Sega. I think this might be one specific Club Sega arcade you go to, because that's where they testing out this game with urinals. And so basically, either as Kiryu or Majima, you go there and then you basically do your thing, and if you win like a thing of salmon or some other kind of prize. But I was so shy to show that.
I played the heck out of the harpoon mini game, the fishing mini game in Yakuza 6.
Oh, actually, I forgot. I think I skipped that one. That's when I not really skipped it. Like I didn't get a chance to unlock it because no.
I spent so much time killing so much fish.
Yeah, I definitely gotta come back and do all that. And I also think one other game too that was
and then yes, some of them had some of the games had like a sub story. Like Yakuza 0, you had the two cabarets fighting against each other, and I finished that one. I got stuck. I think on Club Venus on that, like as Club Sunshine, and like because unfortunately the main girl gets kidnapped or something like that, and like I had some decent girls, but I never could make enough money to win, and like, oh crap, I don't have any time to go back and like upgrade any of the girls stuff. So I'm like, I'm stuck. I'm stuck at this. And then Kiryu's storyline was okay. I just got stuck on one of the 5 billionaires. And then he challenged me to outrun. And I'm like, oh, I can't beat this. So I stopped playing.
Oh.
Yeah, that one. And then obviously Kiwami 2 had the Majima clan stuff.
Yeah.
Which is okay. I played once or twice. I didn't really like it that much, which is weird. I love the Kiryu clan stuff in Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza 6 Song Life. I think it's because you can it's a little bit easier to command, and then if you command and do the skills, like I would just pick all the best characters, all the main characters, and then just unleash, just spam their attacks and just kill everyone easily.
Yeah, I definitely want to revisit the Majima construction, the clan grade and that. Oh, also one other minigame I actually ended up liking in Yakuza Like a Dragon is the Ichiban Confections one, because I had to do that one too, like Eri to beat Kiryu. But It took a
Yeah,
minute.
that one's great. That was a great one because also you had to manage, Dude, I remember wasting so much money on crappy property, and then I had to look up a guide like, okay, what's the best property? Okay, then once you get the best property, you get pretty good, and then learning how to do the apology / like
Yes.
Q&A session thing. That was awesome, especially doing like a level 3 apology.
Yeah, that one took a minute to get a hang of it. It was great.
Also, that one you can also cheese really easy if you have DLC. Like I like the Like Dragon like day 1 edition. So I think I got like Majima, Watashi, Daigo, and a few others. Like it was so OP. And so when I came that part, I really had no trouble. Like they killed him so quickly.
Oh.
Like it was like a cheat code, man.
Nice. What's another minigame?
Oh my God, like, I'm not the biggest fan of this minigame. I'm not gonna shoji or mahjong. So I usually play those. I'll play like all the arcade stuff. Like I would play so much like Virtual Fighter, Sonic Fighters, and like Viper Arcade over and over again, trying to beat that.
Yeah, I would rather arcade games, but what was the one you just mentioned? You just mentioned something that reminded me. Like, yeah, no. Oh yeah, mahjong. Yeah, no. I tried that and was like, yeah, I lost miserably.
I sat down and read the tutorial. Like, okay, I'm paying attention to this tutorial. Let me play some mahjong. And I got my ass beat. Like, well, I have no idea what the flip I'm doing here, man. Like, I'm like that's one of those things I have like. Someone needs to I need to watch a video guide or something.
Yeah, definitely. Also, speaking of mahjong, as a side, it's not Yakuza related, but they have mahjong Final Fantasy 14, and recently they added voiceovers from the characters, like in the Japanese or the English stuff, and so it's like y'all trying to get me to play mahjong. Like, dang it, no, what's that happen? But anyway, so there's actually one game I want to recommend you when you get to the part of Infinite Wealth. You might have access to it, but it's hilarious. It involves Ichiban, and I think you go to one of the malls and go to one of the malls in Hawaii and activate it.
No, I don't think I've done that. I know he has the Aloha Network. I did one one-on-one session with a girl. Turned out it wasn't a girl. It turned out it was a chicken. Like a catfish or a chicken.
No.
She had this cute picture of a cat, and she showed, and I was doing really good with her, and then she's like, oh, here's a picture of you. She had like a backside and a front side, and it's like, all right, if you fill up the bar, you can go meet him. And I got a catfish. It was a chicken.
I don't think I've activated that one yet, but no, this one you don't. I don't know if you have time to have a chance to meet this person. But it's actually like a cross between that one the minigame in Yakuza 6 with Kiryu, but also I guess it's like the cabaret minigame, but you're basically talking to someone online and you basically
that's what I'm online.
Okay.
I was Ichiban.
Yeah.
And I remember I was typing out all this stuff, and I was like, all right. And you had to pick your profile. Like, are you like drinking a lot, or are you here for romance and all that? Yeah, the dating profile.
Okay. Yeah, I only did it one time. I was actually kind of serious with it, but I lost because I think she found out I was uncool or something.
No, I got catfish, man. I picked a girl with a cute cat avatar, and she was willing pictures. And then it was time to go on a date, and I opened the door, and it was a chicken. Like what? And unfortunately, I don't know if that. I tried to look at my phone. I don't see it again on. I don't know how to activate that minigame again because it was fun. It reminded me of obviously the Internet Cafe minigame from Yakuza 6, which is still one of my favorite games.
Yeah. Oh, I think that one that we were just talking about. I think you go to a specific character. I forget her name. It's like the older lady.
Oh yes, Mismatch, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I gotta find her. She reminds me of that the other old lady that was always after I think like what Majima, Majima or Kiryu. Oh yeah, I forgot what her. She had a nickname.
Yeah,
she was an old woman. What was it called?
I think Obitarian.
Obitarian, I think so. I mean, she had like a tiger or something on her.
Yeah, and she has.
She was really good in the cabaret, man.
But yeah, that one that's my favorite one so far. Yeah, I'm trying to see what else is there. Like there's something.
I remember going through the cabaret stuff. Yakuza, I think Yakuza 4, Yakuza 5, I can't remember which one. With Akiyama, oh my god, was that a pain. Because that wasn't as easy as the other cabaret games, because like I was much older. So it was like, oh, all right, you gotta talk to these people. Like, I want a cute girl, I want this, I want that. You gotta buy all that outfit stuff. I know you do that in Yakuza 0 as well, but I felt like it wasn't as bad because you had multiple girls try, cater to all different guys.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I think after I think it's like a couple of cabaret stuff I skipped in the game, so definitely something to revisit. But I think, let's see, what was my favorite one that I able to play? I think 0 in particular. Yeah, 0 has been my favorite because Majima, so because he was in charge of that. But
Club Sunshine. Oh yeah, I think in Yakuza, was it Yakuza 6? The girl who was the leader of Club Sunshine comes back and she's trying to start up a new.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of that.
She looked familiar. Oh yeah, she's the girl from Club Sunshine. She mentioned like I used to be part of Cabaret Club back in the 1980s, and we had this one dude named Michael with an eye patch or something. I don't know if he mentioned him by name now, but like, oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
He was like, oh wait, that sounds familiar. But I did play that a little bit in 6 because I know there's a part where Kiryu says butterflies. I thought that was romantic. But yeah, let's see. I know there's like so many games, but there's so little time to mention.
So we can't go without mentioning batting gauges. I love the batting gauges.
Bad
It
education.
yes, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, I got it, man. All right, my American side, so like, I hate this baseball.
Oh, and golf. Well, golf I think is not just in America. I think it's like
Yeah,
English.
yeah, no, but like golf, I just played the golf one. It was like Yakuza.
Yeah.
I think it was Gaiden, right? We had to go through get like the bingo golf.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, I did one. I didn't do all of them. I did that one. If you remember in Guiding, did that one guy that quizzes you? So if you pay attention to what's going on, who sells this food or what's on this shop and this and that, and it makes you go out and pay attention to what's going on in Sonobori.
Yeah. And oh yeah, bowling too. Bowling.
Yeah, bowling. Oh my god, this is like obviously has to do with mini games, but like how many like substories or just in general where you're doing something and then some punks / assholes just start ruining everything and then you gotta fight them.
Way too many. Way too many.
I just did the like I mentioned earlier. I just did the I did the one with the pound each one, and the female Gary Buster Home comes down, and you got some guy yelling at him, and they got beat him up, and then you had the electric street sword for people just kicking it, and like, all right, I gotta beat these people up, and then obviously I haven't ran into it yet, but I'm guessing there's gonna be another insurance fraud one. I think it was actually I think you ran into that guy like 2 or 3 different times, and then I think after the third time he finally stops doing the insurance fraud.
Oh yeah. That one.
Oh, speaking of 3, I think that's the only one. Maybe 4 or 5. I can't remember. I definitely remember 3. Depending on your choices, you could mess up that side quest and not get it complete. Because there were some side quests you had to do. You had to complete them, get unlock the other like sub stories or connected to it, and you get like a certain get like a star rating.
Yeah, it was 3 because I know that one where you had the English one.
I don't remember what the English one, but I remember there's one where you gotta help this kid go on a date, right? And he has a bunch of choices. I chose the joke answer, and I screwed myself over.
Yeah, okay.
I said like, hey, because he was like trying to date this young girl, like 17, 18-year-old girl, and like, and there's literally an answer like, hey, why do you go out with me? I'm like, oh, an older guy like me, and the kid gets mad at me, like, you screwed me over. Right? I could have had a date. I'm sorry. I thought I'd go back and pick the correct answer. Nope, I got screwed out of that sub story, and it shows all the sub stories, and star, perfect, star, shows that one. No star, because I messed that one up. Yeah. And I didn't have a save either, unless I want to save like go back a couple hours ago.
Yeah, I had to be careful with that one. Like when as you learn English, like from this like book that you get from the people that selling them on the street, and so like when you run to a tourist, English speaking tourist, here you would say like, "Hey, sweet cheeks," and then if you choose that wrong, and the person's like, "Who are you?" I'm gonna walk away now. But yeah, if you do that, you fail it. So I was like, I gotta go back and make it right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, let's see. What else is there?
Oh yeah, this is just like I think like another thing in general. Obviously, we play a lot of the Yakuza games. Oh god, sometimes there are times where I'm just trying to run through, Kamurocho or Sonobori or any other place, and like the AI just chase after you get in a freaking fight. And there are times where you just don't want to fight. Like I wish I could just escape. I wish there was an escape button sometimes. Because sometimes I just want to get from one side of the map to the other. Like, oh, I'm doing sub stories. I want to sell something to Ibusuban or whatever. Like that can be so annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also at the same time, you think by now people learn like, hey, don't mess with this guy. He's gonna hit you with, depending on who you are. It's Kiryu, he's got his dojo style, brawler style, his B style, his rush style. With Majima, it's even worse. He's got the Mad Dog style with a knife. He has breaker style. He has freaking Thug style with a bat. And then I think he also has the nunchucks as well.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. That you think you'll learn, man, but no, they don't. Let's see. Also another thing is this. Another thing, once you play a lot of Yakuza games, once you start making money, go to the Oppo store and just fill up on one healing item. That's it. Like just chug that down.
Yeah, no, I guess the higher level you go though, like getting all the 15 MP items, or this is going from I guess playing because like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. It's like you can suck up with so much, but I feel like it's. I guess you would fill up in like in downtime, but you wouldn't fill it up during a battle because you're
with the older games, you had the entire inventory screen. I know in Gaiden, it was only you only lived buying 5 of them.
Yeah.
Like Dragon, obviously, I think like you get 5 or 10 depending on the item. Some no MP, some no HP.
Yeah.
One thing, this is just I guess because you unlock so many moves in the Yakuza games, whether it be with Kiryu or Majima, depending on style, and some of those moves were just kind of useless. Like you never got a chance to actually use them. All you got to be against a pole or against a wall, or you had to grab you from behind, and you got to have this much health or this much heat. Some of those moves are kind of useless at times. I actually try to use them sometimes, but in the end, Tiger Drop is like the best thing, man.
Yeah. Yeah, those moves. I think like the earlier games, I got what I could get, but later on, you'll just have them. I guess as far as like RPG aspect goes, you can sit through leveling. So.
Yeah, later on, obviously, when Kiryu just has Dojima styles, brawl style, just his default style from like quantity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't have to worry about swapping styles, and you have to invest all his money to whatever move to unlock it. Let's see.
I think that's like most of what I think of to talk about. It's been almost 2.5 hours, which it doesn't feel like it's been that long though, honestly.
No, it's. I bet you that's what stuff I'm missing, like I said. But like I said, I haven't got much. I got that part, like interwell, so can't talk too much about that.
Right.
Let's see. I'm just trying to think of anything else I'm trying to remember. Like I like or did not like. I really think all the Yakuza games are really good. Like I think most of them are a baseline of like at least a minimum of an 8 or 8, between 8 and a 10 for most of these games. Obviously, your personal rankings are a lot different. And I should need to set up my own rankings for the Yakuza games I played.
Yeah.
Some games you're gonna have a lot more positive memories. Like I know a lot of people don't like Yakuza 3. I like Yakuza 3. I think I like all the Yakuza games except for like I think 5 was the only one I didn't really like. 'Cause by that time, like I said, I was so Yakuza out. Like and then also I like Kiryu, I like his storyline. Majima, Saimon's okay. And Haruka and Akiyama okay. I think by the time Shinoda kind of like who is this guy? Like how's he connected? And like he has a small connection with with someone, and like that was it. That's all it is. It wasn't like Yakuza 4 where all 4 of them did have a pretty strong connection to the main characters, to the big clans, and like it makes sense. One was a cop, one was the loan shark, one was a member / friend of Majima. The other one is Kiryu himself. So I think that one kind of makes sense. Depending on who you are, some folks really like 4, some people don't like 4 because they introduce all the old characters and like the plot gets chopped up, and some people like it, some people don't.
I can't think of any of the games I've played so far to be bad. So like maybe 3, I guess, because like coming from playing Kiwami 2, maybe.
Yeah, I mean some of it is obviously from a technical point of view. Even with the remaster, they fix some stuff, they make some stuff a little nicer, but obviously they couldn't do too much. But obviously it's not full on remake like Kiwami 1 and 2. It's not completely original like Yakuza 6 Song of Life, Yakuza 0, and then later on Gaiden and like Dragon.
Yeah, but as far as like the story wasn't bad. Yeah, so 1 like 0 and 2 and then like 4 wasn't bad, and like I said 5 so far. Out of all the games I played so far, that's my favorite. Actually, Kiwami 2. And if I wanted to make like a 3rd place favorite, I guess it would be 6. 6 would be my favorite, and that was the one I was looking forward to the most, playing through the remaster collection games, like from 3 and 4. But Infinite Wealth might dethrone one of these games since I'm done with it.
Yeah, I gotcha. I still think my favorite still right now is I think tied to the top is still 0 and Kiwami. I kind of put those together, and after that, I really like Yakuza 6, and after that, it's gonna be might be controversial, but I put Lucky Dragon after that, and underneath that is Gaiden.
Yeah, Gaiden. Gaiden's okay. Like I enjoy Gaiden. I can't find like a place
I think
for
I
it.
Gaiden because of the emotionalness and it really hit me hard. Like I felt like it was like a perfect amount of Yakuza. Like 'cause by the time boy, I'm so done with Yakuza. But by the time, I felt because the story short and it didn't get dragged on too long.
Yeah.
It felt like it was good enough. Like it makes sense. Like this game was like $50, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, also it took it was only a small amount of time during part of the story that they needed to explain what was going on. So definitely understand.
And came back into Kiryu's shoes again. It felt good. It felt pretty natural. I mean, like I said, I think Lucky Dragon's really good. I mean, of all of them, its mystery takes a while, but once it all comes together, especially like in the later chapters, once you meet that one guy, the politician again, and he all starts connected with him and all the different clans and everything. Oh, okay, it starts to make sense now. Like, and then then that's when you start feeling all the emotions, not just for Ichiban, but Fugashi, Namba, Sachan, because it starts to all make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely like 5. I was favorite thing with it too, because there's so much.
Yeah, but 5 has some stuff as well. But it felt like maybe because like Gennaro was like the one weird one. I felt like it was such a stretch. Like it kind of like took me out. Maybe I'm just being way too negative. Because like even with the Yakuza 3 with the kids and doing all the orphanage stuff, I know a lot of people did not like that. And then obviously you have the twin and you have Black Monday. And I felt like okay, that's alright. It's a bit weird, but okay, it wasn't too bad. It still felt like a Yakuza game. Yakuza 4, I think was pretty good. Like overall, like all the characters, like I said, I feel like all of them came together. Whether it be the individual storylines and all of them coming together at the top at Lightning Tower. And obviously, we have the infamous team up scene and all in their black suits, which
the Yakuza 4. I mean, this is the Yakuza 4 or the Yakuza 5. I think it was safe for like almost all the games. That was pretty funny. I think it was 6 in particular. I realized that there were 6 of them. And I was like, but yeah. So I don't think of anything else.
Let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about. Like, do you want to talk about any side characters, one-off characters?
Side characters. So I did talk about Shinada earlier. He's not a side character. I guess he's like an important character, but I mean, he's a playable character.
Yeah, side characters to me would be like someone could be from like one of the sub stories or just only one game only. Like Nishitani could be considered one, or maybe like any of the weird characters in any of the sub stories.
Oh, well, Nishitani. So yeah, the fact that he was like a blueprint for Majima, that one. I'm really curious as to like the history of the Nishitani family if you play Gaiden. You know what I'm saying? Because there are multiples of them. I'm really curious as to what happened to the other ones. Because they have that same the Nishitani that was in Gaiden and the Nishitani in Zero, they have that same itch for fighting and whatever else that they stand for. I just think it was interesting considering that Majima based his personality on the first one. That's
yeah, you're right. To agree. Let's see. Then you have let's see. Yeah, obviously what's going on? Oh god, what was his name? He was from Yakuza 3 and Yakuza 4. He was the guy's dad Kiryu. Yeah. And Haru was like Hazaki?
That sounds about right.
I think so, because I remember when Kiryu got stabbed, because he got stabbed in Kiwami 2, he had a cutscene. He had a cutscene, and the song was played by Sam, Breath of Life.
Yeah,
He also did the rumbling for Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
And they also reused that same song for the ending credits. I remember that's how I found out about Sam. This is before Attack on Titan. No household name. The rumbling. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Hamazaki. Oh yeah. And I think Then I came at the other guy. Then there's the guy in the red suit. Maybe. I can't remember. He's the one who's like trying to kill someone on the Millennium Tower. Let's see.
Was it in 3?
Yeah, in 3.
Oh, Mine. I think I was trying to say, was it even red? I think it's like eggplant color, some kind of not quite red, maybe almost Akima's color, but not actually his color. But oh yeah, so Mine, I don't really care for him, but I read later that he's like a forgivable character because I can see it too. But like other than that, it's like, well, I think by the time they knew what they wanted to do with him, it was like, well. Oh well.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what was his deal in Yakuza 3.
Well, remember he was the like advisor to Daigo, and then,
Yeah, I remember him trying to off Daigo.
But I think it was like working with Black Monday.
Yeah, I remember Black Monday. You got the blonde guy with glasses who looks very familiar.
Yeah,
that one dude in the Evolve bar.
Yeah.
Same with the other bar guy in Survive bar. He looks like Peshwagi.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It
was Yakuza 3 where they had the forest in the building, and they did attack with a helicopter.
Yeah, and actually, just on that you mentioned him, Flores, you never see him again. I think he's in quite a few games, so I think you stopped seeing him in 5. I think 5 was the last game.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen him. I think the last time I saw him was in 4, because he helped out Saitama. And you go back underground in the sewer, which, why is it always the sewer? That's another trope, always the sewer. It smells disgusting. Yeah, always gambling, fighting, food, and a brothel, which, how's that work?
Oh, also, we mentioned sewer before. There was a moment where, Saitama and that guy Baba, remember they escaped from prison, right? So,
yeah.
They wanted to kidnap that one dude. They said, okay, we can, get through him in this manhole. But it was kind of like in a way of everyone else. But somehow they pulled it off. I'm like, how is this even possible? It's kind of like JoJo's Adventure. It's like you don't question what they do; it just happens.
Yeah. I mean, there's like so many like weird moments, obviously. I remember that. Yeah, there were that other city / town, right? I got like up in the north, it was all snowing and everything. Yeah. I remember that one scene where I think it was like in Dome's Pass or something where everything's all like ghosts out and everything. I mean, it was all like the air was like blue or pink. Something was like really weird. Like Simon was talking about like how to go outside or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was one of the one of his soulmates.
Yeah, I think an old guy, Baba, and someone else. I mean, they showed up again, right? I think.
Yeah, they showed up at the end, and then I think something good happened to them. So something happens to them where it was a positive ending. I'm trying to see what else. Going back, I think it was talking about who was it? I forgot, but I think we kind of set away from going into talking about. So we talked about the sewer. Going back to the sewer part in particular. Akiyama's bit in 6. So I guess I was disappointed that he didn't get enough screen time in 6. Like after all that in 4 and 5. He was basically having to go retreat into the sewers.
That's why he had to go back into the sewers because he lost all his money and he became a hobo or something.
Well,
right?
Okay, so his story. He was. I guess he manifested technically in Me Too, but when he was introduced before, he said, "Oh, that explosion in the Millennium Tower."
That was the 1. That was the money. That was the vault.
Yeah. Okay, I think it was like in between. But anyway, it was 4 when he was introduced. He had all that money. That's how he started Sky Finance, and then it dawned on me pretty much from then until Yakuza 6 that I don't think he had his own place to call his own. So he basically lived in Sky Finance, but in 6 he was one from the Chinese mafia. So that's what.
Yeah, that's right. It was Chinese mafia.
Yeah. But yeah, that was actually sad that he never. I guess it works out because then they would find out where he lives and then get rid of him of whatever.
But I know he did that cool moment in Yakuza 5 with Tashi and clans and all that.
Yeah, all that, and then
now speaking of the Chinese from Yakuza 6, I remember that part with that other guy in the Yakuza clan you were with down in Okinawa or Osaka. I can't remember where it was, but yeah. His friend was a secret Chinese person.
Oh, yes, yeah, so all that, because I think you had watched it. You were watching me at the time when that was going on because I knew something was up, and even like his character model looks Chinese. I'm like, no wonder. And sure enough, it was him who ended up being, not going to reveal it, but he was being very important.
And because speaking of that, I think we mentioned earlier, secret Korean, secret Chinese. There's a lot of like, and another that made me realize there's a lot of heart being clashed, like talking about being Japanese, being purebred, and like that episode. All I know is like a lot of stuff always deal with that, but also deal with like, okay, I don't want my daughter to hang out with a delinquent or a thug, and all this type of stuff. Like, and there's like a lot of those type of storylines.
Yeah.
Or, also a lot of fathers being assholes, moms being terrible, and man, a lot of stuff about social commentary on like Japan, especially post 2000. By this time, because it feels like you got a very rigid, hardcore, Asian dad and mom, they saw in a lot of those games, and then a lot of them end up being very broken families, just like the cop, Date. Just look down at him.
Oh yeah. Also, we mentioned I forgot about that one moment in Yakuza 3. I'm actually if they ever make a Kiwami 3, I'm curious as to. I don't want to leave it in, but definitely probably something. I guess it's up to them how they would approach it. But remember one of those kids? I think it was Mitsuo. He's like part Japanese, part black, and that one girl.
Yeah, like I don't know if it was black now, but I know he could be like from like the northern Southern Islands, where they have like much darker skin tone, and
yeah.
Same thing in Samurai Champloo, like there's like a movie that had a very dark tone, and tattoos and all that. So
yeah, I was Okinawa, so I think that's where most of them are too. But no, I mean, well, yeah, like I remember the girl saying I don't want to date someone who's black, and then
I remember one, yeah. Oh, I think it was Yakuza 3 or one of the other Yakuza games. They had like changed the storyline with a trans character as well.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot that happened and then realized, I
never did that storyline, so I don't know. I know from I think someone did some type of review of Yakuza games and mentioned how hard it is to get all the achievements, and he goes through some sub stories that you need to beat, and I think he mentioned that.
Yeah, I think they removed that because I guess they saw that he was too mean or something.
I think it was like some of the NPCs were really mean to her. Kiryu was like, was fine. I mean, maybe some of his comments maybe a bit offhandish, like maybe like most nice. But and then I remember that one screenshot that one posts with Kiryu, doesn't matter if you're a boy or girl, loves and who care what people think about you. That one gets tossed around a lot. And then
oh yeah, yeah, it's been a minute for that one. I forgot.
Oh yeah, he had that one line. It was from the original Yakuza 4. It was with Akiyama, and he made a comment like, no guy would. You were talking about his what's that called? Assistant, like no one would kidnap and do bad horrible things to you.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like that in the original one. I think that's right on the PS3. I think. So I remember that. I remember a lot of people talking about that. I mean, we matched it. They obviously took it out. Yeah. It was like he or like Akiyama like trained the heck out of her his assistant.
Oh yeah. Wow.
They do have a pretty like I guess rigid beauty standards over there. They mention a lot of stuff about when so then.
Yeah. Let's see what else. When you mentioned just real quick, as I mentioned this earlier, I know the voice actor for Tanimura. Apparently he was recast at one point because there was a scandal.
Yes, I know that. Because his original, he looked like such a little kid. I mean, I know he's based off a real actor and everything, but he looked like a little boy. I met a lot of people like that. And then he got accused of doing like drugs, like cocaine or something. It turns out he didn't do that, but his name was ran through the mud so badly, he just like quit. He's like, "A few guys, I'm out of here." Yeah. Unfortunately, and a few years later, I think they had a case. Kuze voice actor got double with drugs as well. Oh
yeah, and also that one dude in Judgment, he was going to be in Judgment, Peter Taki. He like right before the game was come out, he got in trouble and they had to
I remember that.
But yeah, that was just they know they take it seriously. I know. Oh gosh, I got stories for you about Korea as well. Just sort of briefly, it's kind of a long story. So one of my favorite K-pop groups, Big Bang, had one of the members. Well, he ended up leaving the group and just leaving the industry together. But he tried to get back into it, even though no one wants him back in the industry. But it's Sungri. And so if you've heard about the Burning Sun scandal, he was involved in all that. But it was basically
no, I'm not very familiar with that. I don't know much about K-pop.
Oh yeah, so yeah, it's about the same as Japan basically. But that scandal in particular, it was really bad because I also felt some other like male idols that kind of some people like defending him. It's like, okay, well, he wasn't directly involved. Yeah, he was. And now one of them is running dating this female idol, and now she's like tone deaf to all the stuff that happened because he was basically enabling it, and it's a lot. But that's like another conversation.
Yeah, one thing I noticed. I've been playing games for a long time. I have noticed maybe things like YouTube, Twitch, and just internet culture. A large female demographics playing the Yakuza franchise, and especially because of the Yakuza, they deal with a lot of crime, and a lot of crime deals with a lot of stuff that happens to girls, women. And I always wondered, like, my question, what's a girl think about this stuff? You gotta go do the red light district and things like that. And,
yeah. Also, yeah, definitely a huge female fan. I know they mentioned an article. I think it was actually IGN recently that says even though there's a huge female audience, they're gonna still keep it about middle-aged men. But I'm glad they do touch on some of that stuff. Also speaking in regards to like female fans, this is actually something I mentioned for a while, but they revealed the results of a character popularity poll, like in 2011, 2012. I think it was right before Dead Souls came out, before came out, and they feel that Majima was the winner, and the reaction, everyone went wild. There was a girl saying went wild, and took one of the directors. It's showing the directors that he wasn't expecting Majima to be so popular, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, not to like a lot of girls like bad boys, like unusual characters. Like obviously, in anime, you got a lot of characters that a lot of girls like, and I just kind of understand the appeal here and there, But at least with the Yakuza franchise, it's like I said, based off criminals and stuff like that, and it's all from Japan, Asian style, Asian culture, Northern customs, and obviously I'm guessing if there's fans in Japan or Asia, they understand to a certain degree. Obviously, it's much different in the West into when women's roles and rights and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think it's about time to wrap this up. It's midnight here, and it's much time to go on. Let's take a little bit of steam. But is there anything else, like any more closing thoughts or anything else that we may have forgotten?
I have a few closing thoughts. Just a few years ago, when I started streaming on Twitch, Yakuza was one of the games, and still to this day, I'm still playing Yakuza games 6 years later, on my channel. And it's just one of the things that people knew me for. I remember when I'm on other Discord channels, and they always knew me as the Yakuza guy. Like I talk about Yakuza a lot, played it a lot, and it got a couple people into the Yakuza franchise. I might buy Zero, I might buy Like Dragon, I might buy the remakes, the remasters, that stuff. And it's just part of what I like, what I love to do, and I love the other people. I'm really happy Yakuza has gotten more popular. And unlike other people, this is unlike Persona fans, I'm actually happy that Yakuza is being popular. People like it, enjoy it. People are streaming it. People are making highlights. People like. They don't like me, just even if they don't like the games themselves, they just love like the karaoke songs and stuff. I'm cool with that. Or I remember one girl, I think she used to make like little dolls with all the Yakuza characters.
That's cool. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of Yakuza fan stuff that I found and more I want to get into. So I'm finishing it well because it's been years since I looked at anything like Family Well, though lately Instagram, I've been active on Instagram again. Really all memes.
I've seen a lot on Instagram as well. I find anything related to that you as well. I'll send it to you directly.
Yeah, but I guess I know I have a lot. Okay, so I guess my closing thoughts of Yakuza as well. I'm glad it's getting popular as it is, and I'm late to the party. Because again, I meant to go back. I meant to check it out when it came out, but it just wasn't the right time at the time. But I think now is the right time. And it's all thanks to Cyril that it's as huge as it is now.
Yeah, another thing is I think Zero helped out that we positive thing. I think another round of it being more popular is thanks to Xbox Game Pass. When the games on Game Pass, Zero, that was really popular. Calling 1 and 2, and then the 3, 4, 5, 6, like Dragon, all that stuff on Game Pass, and letting people buy the game on discounts and all those things really does help out. Because unfortunately, for a very long time, most gamers are cash strapped. So can only buy certain amount of stuff here and there. So that's why a lot of those games, you remember from PS2 and 360 era that were not the best, but you like them, you had fun with them, you enjoyed them, like them, Fear, Dark Sector, The Darkness. Just to name a few, Eternal Sonata, The Last Remnant. These games, I don't really know much of it. The hardcore fan base for them that enjoy it, like it. But unfortunately, games have gotten much harder now post 360. I think since the PS4 era, you got to sell millions upon millions of units, stuff with lots of microtransaction, sell lots of DLC related, and anything else you be like, any type of merch you can. I know, especially with Japanese games, they're infamous for this, the gadget stuff. I mean, DOA, Street Fighter, Tekken, selling skins, selling costumes, selling characters, what they can to make some money. That's nothing else. And, actually, we saw this, unfortunately, with Yakuza, in Wealth, every game had a new game plus mode by default. So you had to buy new game plus separately as a DLC, as a shell out, $10, whatever, and we've seen that before. But you have to do something, I guess these Japanese companies, to know some way, get into our wallets, which is gacha stuff, the waifu stuff, this kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's a play sword.
Well, thankfully, with the upcoming release of Pirate Yakuza and Wide, they're going to include new game plus. So
I'm glad the feedback, especially the negative feedback. Make sure, I do not like that. That's one thing I'm definitely going to knock against. Like Dragon, Wealth. Because that used to be part of the game. New game plus, and they try to sell that. People, this is not like a bonus job or some killing items or whatever, extra money. Whatever, as long as they have that pre-order bonuses, or you open up the game, type in the code in, put it back, and get it. Like I got it with Wealth. I got some freebies in there. Nothing like breaks the game or that type of stuff.
Yeah, and also just as far as interest of Dragon. Because I can go as far as the series. I mean, games and people like gamers to be games today. This is information news they get from me. I did a panel of Dragon, so now they know who's who.
I know my brother was asking, hey, have you finally played? We did Wealth. He bought me last year for my birthday. I mean, I think it's something like usual $60 or $35 around that time. I'm going to get the last copies from Best Buy because unfortunately, I don't know if you know now, it's hard to get physical copies of games, especially Japanese games.
Yeah.
You have to pre-order that thing day one, or you're going to get it. So, or you know, limited run time game, what that is. It's something from there. They had the options stuff. I didn't get a chance to buy it. They had 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 physical copy, and it was a little big sleeve, big box. Where you can fit all the games into it. And they have money though. I missed out on all of it. I'm kind of kidding myself.
Yeah, I was trying to think on whether I should get all of those games I know, explaining how much in a short amount of time. So, that's up. So.
Yeah, same here because I'm not saying I have a game digitally, something. I only want to buy physical copies of Dragon into Wealth. I mean, it's really easier for a PlayStation game to get, physical copies of some games, especially Japanese games. Yeah. And also, you gotta be careful when you buy physical games. Sometimes some of them come with codes or whatever. You want to make sure you buy, say, fresh sealed copies, so you get everything in there.
Okay, I think that's all.
I have a few things, but it doesn't not really. I just want to say, it's thank everyone, but I can do that after you have more final closing statements.
Let's see. I guess I got one closing statement. So it's looking forward to Pirate Yakuza Hawaii, which comes out next Friday. After this, I'm really curious as to RGG, what they have in store for 2025 and beyond. I know they're working on a new engine to replace the current one they have that they use from you left out and then this one. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to future what RGG has. Can you see me by the way? I think I haven't technical issues.
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty good. I think one word got cut off when you're talking about the new engine, but that 99% we're good.
Okay. Yeah, I think my stream is starting to glitch. I think the technical glitch is starting to take a toll. So I'm going to end this.
Okay, now just real quick then. Like I said, my name is Inga Mahan. I've been a Twitch streamer, huge Yakuza fan. If you have an opportunity, please follow me, support me. Get on Twitter, my social medias. But most importantly, I'd like to thank Sentaku Media and her love this franchise near, at least 2 years ago, with Yakuza, and just her community, her fans, her fans I met, in Discord or YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, stuff. Thank you guys so much. Please, do not be afraid of reaching out to me or feedback. This is how I can do better. Anything I can do better. I want to be better than any other platform, especially on the Twitter. Why do you follow me? Empty accounts, so it stinks. So I'm kind of review what people to see and talk to, be part of. Thank you guys so much. Thank
you for coming to stream. I really appreciate viewers. And I also apologize for the technical issues. It's on top of my viewers hurts having technical issues. But I'm hoping I can salvage this. If not, well, we can always talk about this again. And also, definitely.
I would love doing a podcast. I don't know about Yakuza, but Final Fantasy, solid anime. Please, or anything else, man. I'm very much open to a lot of things.
Yeah. We definitely visit after we finish Wolf and definitely do a recap or in part 2 to my feelings. We're talking about a lot, but I'm
talking about a lot of stuff, man. I mean, and talking to you, jog back a lot of memories and making sure my brain remembers certain plots in the right order. Because especially 3, 4, 5, a lot of stuff gets mixed together. Because there's a lot of the same stuff, like all camera joke. So
yeah. And also, you're welcome to co-stream this. Anything about welcome to co-stream that we'll put this out as well.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, see me try next time.
Yeah, and I was on short notice. And I said I wish I had time to play, but it worked.
I'm glad we're able to do it now. Because I know, like I said, you're busy. And unfortunately, my job is not able to do it now because now all hours. So I had to talk time with nothing going on. Last month was real bad with a lot of a lot of people putting clothes over the last. A lot of not last long, so it's like 3 hours and so then. Yeah. And this will be 1 year since they went, you got to learn bankruptcy. What a great thing to happen. I get a job, it's my birthday, and they'll go bankrupt. Yeah. They always fight.
I'm glad that you pulled through. I hope you just stay in a little before never happens. I know this is supposed to now take lots. I know.
We're gonna try to say 200 at least. It was 400. I think it's 200.
Oh wow. Yeah. I hope maybe things will happen to you in 2025 as well. So.
Yeah. That's one of the big things. Like actually, at least some of the time off, I had to go some dates on the Waffle House. At the first carby day, cool. Going back karaoke. All these other things as well. Just gotta remember having time. Right? Like later, maybe the rest of my hours.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much, Inugami, for joining us. I really appreciate it. And yeah, definitely would like more chats in the future. And maybe also doing a game lab at some point.
Definitely.
Games.
You're doing awesome, gracious. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you for being allowed to be part of the community.
Yeah, if anything, yes. Anyway, I don't think if there's anyone in chat, y'all have anything to say. I hope it catches up, because I think it's a little laggy too. But if anyone wants to catch up later in Discord, ask questions, there are social groups of this guy, Instagram, TikTok, last, and then YouTube. Also, if you enjoyed this stream, be sure to follow, like, or subscribe, whatever platform watching. So we are live on Twitch, YouTube, and Trovo. So next time we'll live, you'll be notified if notifications on to check out what's happening. And also, there's Discord as well. So definitely reach out to Inugami. We do have a stream promotion channel, so you can check out our streams with the community whenever they go live, when we promote the stream. And definitely feel free to reach out to Inugami and myself as well. So
right. Yes, same here with me. I'm on Discord, I'm on social media. Please feel free to join out, be part of the community. Importantly, just be there, you have to be yourself, and if you are, artist, streamer, you art for, anime art, or where you're make for seats, all that stuff's awesome, welcome. That type of things are always encouraged. So we definitely need a lot of people here, especially now in 2025, waiting going between now and 40 months, like 30 months.
Yes.
Especially
yeah,
man. The revolution may not be televised, but keep on fighting it. Yeah. That's why I'm here. That's why I want to support Sentaku here.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's for you as well.
Yeah, it's still game. Obviously, people don't know because it's been 20 years. Obviously, I have a cam. Obviously, I have a personal cover. I'm Indian. You may not know that, but yeah, Indian streamers, Indian stuff like streamers. We have black streamers, white streamers, Asian streamers, weird.
Yeah. We're not gonna back down. We're gonna do this. But, yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you again, Yummy. And,
I'm heading off.
all right, thank you. Have a good night. And also, everyone else have a good night as well. I'll see y'all next time. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's always this cool. But, all right, have a good night. Bye-bye.